Live from the Maverik Center in West Valley City, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the first of a three-game series between the Grizzlies and the Wichita Thunder. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Well, if it feels like it's been a while since the Grizzlies last played a game, you'd be right. The Grizzlies didn't have any games scheduled last week, so they had a bye week. The last game was on Saturday, October 28th, where Utah lost 4-1. Although the final score really wasn't an indication of how the game was played. It was a 2-1 game, and then Idaho scored a big insurance goal with about 5 minutes left in regulation. And then they added an empty netter at the end. Utah started the regular season with 2 victories over Tulsa. The following week lost 2 games to the Idaho Steelheads. And we'll see what happens here tonight. The one thing we do know, the Grizzlies have had a lot of success against Wichita in this barn. The Grizzlies all-time against Wichita at Maverik Center have a record of 20-2. In fact, the Grizzlies are 10-0 against Wichita in the last 2 years. Wichita does have some high-powered forwards. Braden Watts actually leads the league in points so far this season with 14. He has 3 goals and 11 assists. Watch out for him. He's the Wichita captain. He'll be wearing number 29. Jay Dickman's a player/assistant coach. It's his 4th season with the Thunder. He's got 4 goals and 6 assists so far this year. Got a good goaltending matchup tonight. Trent Miner gets the start for Utah. It'll be his 3rd appearance this season. He'll be going up against the former Grizzly, Trevor Gorsuch, who played in 6 games with Utah in the 2020-21 season. Gorsuch will be wearing number 33. There's one former Wichita Thunder skater that's on the Grizzlies roster, and that's Keone Teixeira, who's going to be wearing number 74. Teixeira was actually Wichita's best defenseman in the 2018-2019 season before spending the last 4 years with the Indy Fuel. We'll be joined tonight by Tim Broussard, Grizzlies Director of Insiders. When we come back to the Utah Grizzlies pregame report, we'll talk with Tim and get his thoughts on tonight's game. Wichita does have a pretty good power play. We'll talk about that. And I saw during warm-ups a handful of players were actually wearing the net guard. We'll talk about that as well. It's the Grizzlies and the Thunder. We're in business on a Wednesday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh...
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. The Grizzlies take on the Wichita Thunder in the start of a 3-game series. It's a Bud Light College night where tickets start at just $10. And you pay at the box office. Certainly a good deal. I don't even think you can get a good dinner anymore for $10, so you can't beat that. Here on a Wednesday night, the Grizzlies take on the Wichita Thunder. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Tim Broussard. And, Tim, it's kind of odd having a bye week, the 3rd week of the regular season, considering the Grizzlies are still kind of building their identity as a club. But really the only thing you can do is take it as a positive. Come out of it a better hockey team with the 10 days off.
Right, you end up 2-2 going into essentially a 3rd weekend bye week, and I don't know what you could possibly gain out of that. Maybe Karan was the only one that I knew of that was unhealthy at the time that it might have benefited, but a bye week about middle of February would have been a lot more advantageous when they were going through our road trip there, but wasn't to be had, so I guess we'll take what we got and then we'll move on.
I enjoyed the weekend watching football, though. There was a lot of good football action last weekend. The Grizzlies, 2 games against Tulsa, they won both of them. 2 games against Idaho, both were close and came out on the wrong end. Wichita did face Idaho last week, and they got swept. But the last two games of that series, after getting blown out 8-2 last Wednesday, the last two games of that set were 1-goal games. And obviously, it's pretty tough to win at Idaho Central Arena, but it looked like Wichita on the offensive side of things really did some good things against Idaho.
Yeah, they're going to showcase Braden Watts down on the right-hand corner. Everything's going to be channeling into him. If he does, he has a snipe of a shot. He only has 3 goals to show for it, but the 11 assists ranks him top, like you mentioned, top in the ECHL. So they're going to showcase him. And then the other thing, if you go to the ECHL website, you can see where the shots are coming in, at least to a reasonable degree, right? And everything's going to be, they're going to channel their attack to be 6 foot and in. They want to see traffic. They want to see bodies in front of Trent Miner. They want to see rebounds. That's what they are thriving off of. That's what their wings are going to penetrate on when that shot's coming in, and that's what they're expecting on that attack.
I guess sometimes it's going to be a cliche going into a hockey game, but it feels like special teams is going to play a factor tonight.
Especially with the way that Wichita plays their even strength. They are not a very good even strength team. I think they're like a minus 54 as a team already this season. That's a concern. So they've got to make it up somewhere else. Well, where do they make it up? They make it up on the special teams. Their power play is very, very lethal. The games that I watched against Idaho, if they can successfully create a lane and an opportunity where they're going east to west down low and setting up a one-timer or setting that pass back in, that's a big problem. That's where Idaho had problems shutting down that Wichita attack. And so the Grizzlies are going to have active sticks in the middle, and they're going to have to do something to defend that pass.
Last year the Grizzlies were near the top in the league in penalty minutes. Oddly enough, through 4 games, obviously it's a small sample size, only 22 penalty minutes in 4 games, 11 minor penalties. So Grizzlies have done a good job staying out of the penalty box so far this season.
Yeah, and that would be advantageous in this game to keep that trend going, right? Because otherwise you're going to have all these opportunities that you're just giving away to Wichita that otherwise they're going to have to be skating 5-on-5. And that's where arguably they're weakest at this season. So at least so far, you mentioned small sample size, but it's to our advantage to be skating 5-on-5 against these guys.
Couple of roster moves over the last week. Defenseman Gianni Fairbrother and forward Ryan Sandelin were each recalled to the AHL's Colorado Eagles. Sandelin actually had a goal last Saturday in the Colorado Eagles victory, so looks like he's performing well in Colorado. Trent Miner did spend part of last weekend in Colorado. He's back, and he'll be in net for the Grizzlies tonight. It's going to be interesting to see where the Grizzlies. I think early on in this game, I'm looking at the shot count because Grizzlies last year averaged over 40 shots a game against Wichita. And, so we'll see if the Grizzlies can get 35 to 40 shots here tonight.
So far this year, Wichita has shown them that they're very gracious about giving up opportunities and shots and lanes to the opponent, whoever that is, and especially with Idaho. But, you give anything to Idaho and they're going to take it. But the shots I expect are going to be there. If we're not getting that, I don't think we're trying hard enough. I think that with what Wichita is going to give us defensively, we're going to see lanes, we're going to see time and space, we're going to have room for the forwards to work some low passes. I would expect that we are on top of the shot count early, and I think the way that it ends in the first period is probably going to be a good indication on not just how the score is, but how the rest of the game is going to go.
Grizzlies did get forward Brett Stapley. He was reassigned from Colorado to Utah. He's out with an injury. He's not. He'll make his Grizzlies debut at some point, but just not tonight. Cody Cron also out of the lineup as he's recovering from an injury. But the Grizzlies do get Dylan Fitz back after missing the Idaho series. So Fitz is back in there for Utah. I think that third line's got some potential with Mick Messner, Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Ironman, and Dylan Fitz. If I remember right, Fitz had some success against Wichita last year.
Anybody down low against Trevor Gorsuch is with hands like Fitz is going to have some success, or at least expected success. In the 2021 season, Joe Wegworth summed it up best, when Trevor Gorsuch came in. And, what do you think of, Trevor Gorsuch? He's a goalie. Trevor Gorsuch is not what do we call it? He's either a good average goalie or he's an average good goalie. You get to choose and which one you're going to pick. But to get traffic in front of him and have the personnel like Dylan Fitz with the hands that can cause problems, deflections, garbage goals, anything like that, a body who's willing to take the punishment and be able to put it in, that I think will have some success. And that whole third line, I would expect maybe even one or two, depending on the matchup, what Wichita is going to give us against this third line.
Who's your pick for the Optum first goal of the game? Who do you think scoring first for Utah tonight?
Boy, I got to go with Raby. I'm a Raby fan. The guy, the blade work. I'm seeing the puck stay on his stick longer and in better situations this year. I'm going to go with Raby on that one.
I think I'm going to go with Nathan Burke. I think Burke's going to score first tonight. He's got a couple good line mates in Kyle Betts and Cole Gallant. Should be an interesting one. Good to have you hanging out with us here, High Top Section 114, as we'll give you the starting lineups when we come back. Once again, it's the Grizzlies and the Thunder as we're in business on a Wednesday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. It's the Grizzlies and the Thunder here on a Bud Light College night. Remember, Friday is going to be an action-packed evening. The Grizzlies are going to be wearing Pride-themed specialty jerseys. And Friday is also going to be an AFCU Friday, where tickets start just $10 and you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. And it's also Pooch on the Pond. If your dog ever wanted to come to a Grizzlies game, guess what? 2 days from now, you can bring your dog to the hockey game. Sit in one of those special dog sections and enjoy some Grizzlies hockey with us. Got an action-packed Friday night here in the middle game of the three-game set, but tonight we got some good stuff here with the Bud Light College night where tickets start just $10. Let's get to the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Wichita Thunder, who are led by the 2020-21 ECHL Coach of the Year, Bruce Ramsey. His assistant is John Gerskis. Starting in net for the Thunder is going to be Trevor Gorsuch, who played in 6 games with the Grizzlies in the 2020-21 season, who is actually a teammate with Grizzlies assistant coach Christian Horn that year. Gorsuch wearing number 33. He is 6'2" and 220 pounds. He's got a record of 1-2-1 with a 3.37 goals against average, 3.77 goals against average, and 907 save percentage. So he's got a pretty good save percentage, but he has seen quite a few shots as Wichita allows 38.1 shots per game so far this season. Starting defensive pairing, Leighton Moore and Nolan Neen. Neen wearing number 24. He is a former member of the Allen Americans. At the top defensive line for Wichita is going to be Dominic Dockery, number 44, and Xavier Pouliot. Pouliot wearing number 81. We'll also see Jeremy Masella and Roman Canal. Roman Canal wearing number 4. So starting defensive pairing for Wichita is Moore and Neen. Starting forwards for Wichita, number 17, Ryan Finnegan, has 2 goals, 1 assist in 6 games. Aaron Miller, number 78, 5'9", 175 pounds. He has 1 goal and 2 assists in 8 games. And Jake Wallen has 4 assists in 9 games. Wallen is one of 2 assistant captains for Wichita. I'll be wearing number 83. The Thunder captain is Braden Watson. Watch out for him. He leads the league in points with 14. He'll be wearing number 29. It's his 4th season with the Thunder. He is 6 feet and 182 pounds. And also watch out for Jay Dickman, who's got 4 goals and 6 assists in 9 games. And now the starting lineup for the Utah Grizzlies, led by acting head coach Christian Horn, as Ryan Kanasowicz is back in Canada with a family emergency. We're certainly thinking of the Kanasowicz family here tonight. Grisby, the most valuable bear, is at center ice. He waves both arms in the air. Starting in net for the Grizzlies is Trent Miner, who's 6'1", 198 pounds. He's got a record of 1-1 this year with a 3.01 goals against average and 913 save percentage. Miner, the Grizzlies shutout king. He's got 10 shutouts in a Grizzlies uniform and 1 in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. Kyle Mayhew, the Denver University product, first full season as a pro. Mayhew was wearing one of those neck guards in warm-ups, but it looks like here for the game is going with a bare neck. The Grizzlies captain, Josh Wesley, is also in the lineup. He's starting at one defensive spot. The Grizzlies captain, Wesley, played against Wichita as a member of the Tulsa Oilers a few years ago. Wesley's got 1 goal and 1 assist in 4 games. Mick Messner, the Merrimack and Wisconsin product, wearing number 10 in the starting lineup. He's looking for his first point this season. The Grizzlies Iron Man, Tyler Penner's in the starting lineup, as is Dylan Fitz. Fitz wearing number 13. He missed the 2 games against Idaho. And Tyler Penner is wearing the net guard that you're going to see from time to time this season. Penner's sporting a sweet-looking mustache and a net guard here tonight. So starting forwards once again are Messner, Fitz, and Penner. We also see Brandon Cutler along with Dakota Raby and the Rooster Jordan Martell. We also see Kyle Betts, Nathan Burke, and Cole Gallant, as well as Jared Power and Dean Yakura. Wichita is wearing a blue jersey with white numbers. It's kind of a, if you ever saw the Tampa Bay Lightning, it's kind of Tampa Bay Lightning blue, even though their NHL affiliate is the San Jose Sharks. Grizzlies in the white jerseys with black numbers and professional green trim. When we come back in 90 seconds, we'll have face-off here at Maverik Center. We got a good one tonight. The Grizzlies and the Thunder. Face-off coming up next on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games,
Welcome back to Maverik Center. Grizzlies and the Thunder, and it looks like we're a little behind schedule, so we'll have our national anthem here on a Wednesday night, a Bud Light College night with $10 tickets. And here's our national anthem here at Maverik Center. Great night for hockey as two big standings points are on the line tonight as the Grizzlies begin a 3-game series against the Wichita Thunder. Trent Miner will be in net, the third-year pro. He played his junior hockey with the Vancouver Giants. Miner, 11 career pro shutouts. Starting defensive pairing is Kyle Mayhew and Josh Wesley, the Grizzlies captain. Starting forwards, Nick Messner, the Iron Man Tyler Penner, and back after missing 2 straight games, Dylan Fitz. In net for the Wichita Thunder is Trevor Gorsuch, who's bounced around, but he's at a good save percentage so far this year at .907. Starting defensive pairings, Nolan Neen and Leighton Moore. That's Leighton with 2 L's to start his first name. Starting forwards, Jake Wallen, Aaron Miller, and Ryan Finnegan. Finnegan, I believe, is a Penn State product, which Wichita broadcaster Jason Walls would love. Referee tonight is Chad Ingalls, Ingalls. The linesmen are Craig Peterson and Andrew Collins. Grizzlies in the white jerseys tonight. They'll be in specialty jerseys on Friday. Puck is dropped. Messner gets his stick held up by Miller, and it goes to Dylan Fitz right wing. He gets to center ice and slides into Trevor Gorsuch, and we're underway. Wichita skating from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. Grizzlies from right to left as Wichita gets to center ice. Finnegan dumps it in as Wesley throws it to the far side, picked off. Thunder fire towards the net, and it taps off the stick of Kyle Mayhew as looking for the wraparound shot, hits the pipe and goes wide. Miller throws it to the left point as the Thunder in the attack zone. They feed it to the far circle, and Messner picks it off. Messner gets around Finnegan. He gains the line, 3-on-3. Left wing ship to Fitz. The chips out in front of Penner. Shot saved by Gorsuch. Boy, what a great idea by Fitz. He was in the left circle, fired a backhand pass out in front. Penner with a shot, and somehow Trevor Gorsuch made the save. 41 seconds into the contest, already Utah with 2 shots, and Trevor Gorsuch with a highlight save. Both teams make a line change as Dakota Raby's in the left wing. Martell will take the face-off. Cutler to the right. Up top is Brian Yoon and Keone Teixeira. Teixeira, former Wichita Thunder skater. As the Thunder win the draw, Jake Dickman loses it. As Raby in the left point. Grizzlies in the offensive zone. He'll spin it around looking for Martell. He gets cut off by number 4, Roman Canal. As the Thunder clear it out to center, and it goes into the Grizzlies zone. Teixeira with the long strides. Gets to the Grizzlies line, and the arm is raised. Icing is on Wichita as we get our second whistle of the game, 57 seconds in. Everybody having a good time here tonight as the crowd's still filing in here. Should be a really fun series. Wichita 3-5-1 this year. The Grizzlies are 2-2. Cutler will take the draw in the near circle against number 19, Bradley Merrick, first-year pro. Merrick's off to a good start. As Grizz win the draw, Brian Yoon, right point, fires towards net, bounces redirection, shot saved by Gorsuch. Raby back in, shot saved by Gorsuch again. Already 4 shots for the Grizzlies, a minute in. Right point, Grizzlies in the attack zone. Cutler fires it, and it goes wide as it bounced off a Thunder stick. Dickman throws it to center ice, gathered by Teixeira, who moves ahead to Cutler, who skates back towards the Utah blue line. Now across to Yoon, gets the center ice. He dumps it in as the Grizzlies make a defensive change. Corey Thomas's first shift of the season, wearing number 44. As Wichita skates in, Dickman loses it, as taking its Cade Jensen near the Utah goal line. Thomas ahead to Raby, gets the center ice. Raby loses the puck. He gets it back of the Grizzlies logo. Skates down the middle. He enters the zone. He tried to get to Betson. Tapped off a Dickman stick as Wichita towards their blue line. Dickman battles with Thomas. Raby gets pushed by Xavier Pouliot as Wichita clears it out to center. As Stenell gets cut off by Jensen. Couldn't accept the pass. Jensen skates back deep in the Grizzly zone. He gets pushed in the back awkwardly. Jensen's still down on 2 knees. Arm is raised. It's going to be a penalty on the Thunder. Grizzlies going to be on the power play first tonight. Pouliot touches up at the right point in the Grizzly zone. And it's going to be a cross check, it looks like, as Cade Jensen awkwardly fell along the boards behind Trent Miner's net. And so the Grizzlies going to be on the power play for the first time tonight. Let's see who goes in for Wichita. As we're 2:07 into the game, Grizzlies fan Kyle Mayfield is motioning to the guy to come to the box. Looks like it's going to be number 22, Mikkel Stenell. Stenell, though, isn't going to the box. He's going to the locker room. So Stenell must have an equipment issue, and somebody's going to have to represent him in the penalty box, and that's going to be number 10, Dylan Boucher. Tim Broussard joins us, and it's big for the Grizzlies here to get on the board first. They've outshot the Thunder 4-0 here so far.
Exactly the start that you want. Put a little pressure on Gorsuch, make him make some great saves, and start wearing and tearing on him.
2 minutes for cross-checking as Spinell gets the penalties, represented in the box by Boucher. Utah wins the draw. Martell over to Wesley, back to Martell. Left circle, fires it across towards Cutler. It bounced in the slot, taken by Wichita. Jay Dickman gets it, and Dickman will dump it back deep in the Grizzlies zone as Brandon Cutler behind his net will skate to the far side. Cutler now at center ice as he'll feed a right wing pass. It's off the boards as Fitz was trying to reach it, and it goes wide of the mark. As Wichita out to center ice. Dickman out to center ice, gathers the puck, and he'll dump it all the way deep in the Grizzlies zone as the Thunder make a line change. We're still early on, less than 3 minutes in. Grizzlies on the power play. Raby over to Cutler. He gets a neutral ice. He crosses center. Right wing pass to Martell. Rooster enters. Right point. Stops. And he'll feed it along the boards. Cutler out to Raby in the left circle as Cutler gets blasted. And the Thunder player lost his stick, and that was Poliot. Wichita gets it and clears it out. 3 minutes in, still no score. Halfway through Utah's first power play of the game as Wesley gets it to Kyle Betts, sporting an A on his sweater. Betts over to Teixeira has also got an A for Grizzlies home games this year. Back to Betts. Pass behind him and ricochets off the near boards. And it goes to number 4, Roman Canal, 6'2", 190 pounds. He'll throw it back towards Trent Miners. It glides along the near wing wall. Mayhew gets the puck, moves ahead to Betts. Both guys' first names are Kyle. Betts throws to the left point for Cole Gallant as the Grizzlies enter. Gallant throws to the corner, tapped off the stick of Canal as puck lifts in the air, bounces to the left point, and it exits the zone. Grizzlies ran her from the right side. Teixeira gains the line, gets the Betts, trying to drop it back off for Burke, and it's cleared out once again. Good penalty kill work by the Thunder. Grizzlies yet to get a shot here on the power play. 20 seconds left in the man advantage. Gallant gains the line and spins along the wall, goes to the far side as Burke gets hit by number 2, and that's Jeremy Masella. Grizzlies around the net. Betts, left side, just outside the circle, feeds up top for Mayhew. Mayhew across the Teixeira, tries to center it, and it bounced off the skate of Gallant. Wichita's back at full strength. They move it ahead to Dylan Boucher. Boucher will throw it to the right circle, centering pass. Boucher overskates it. He knocks down a Grizzly. As Wichita with their best look of the game, but just couldn't complete that pass out in front. Aaron Miller and Nolan Mean battle with 2 Grizzlies. As the puck lifts into the Thunder zone, Grizzlies make a full line change. Aaron Miller back to the right circle. Miller winds and fires. The shot goes wide. Ill-advised line change by the Grizzlies. Got Wichita's first good look of the night. Nolan Mean skates towards the near side. Gets to the corner and gets bounced by Messner. Grizzlies out to center as Jared Power gets to the left point. Fires a pass that goes wide. Corey Thomas, can't remember what he wore last year. I think it was like number 3. This year he's number 44. Dean Kerr over to Power. Power left wing. Lefty shot goes wide as Braden Watts, the league's leading scorer, across to Dickman. Back across looking for Watts. And Watts and Braden Merrick Bradley Merrick couldn't get it. As Ukura out to center ice, bounces off the skate of Watts. Wichita gets it back. 5 minutes in, still no score. Grizzlies have outshot the Thunder 4-0, but the Grizzlies didn't get a shot off on that power play. As we're back to 5-on-5 skating, Dickman over towards Pineo. Jason Pineo skates towards the right circle. Righty shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to the point. Grizzlies carry it out 2-on-2. Cutler gets the line. Challenged by Dominic Dockery. Now to Josh Wesley. Right side in the circle. Centering pass out to Raby. And it goes wide. Great idea by Wesley as Mayhew over towards Raby. Puck never got to him. And it's back to center ice as Grizzlies will have to reset. Wesley trying to get to Martell. He couldn't get it. As Pineo skates in. Drops it off for Watts. Left side. Lefty shot goes high as it glances around the near wall. Pulley out. Right point fires away and it goes wide. Watts back behind the net to Pineo. Pineo throws it up top for Dockery. Number 44. He'll fire a lefty shot and it's blocked by Wesley about 10 feet in front of Minor. He gets to Raby. He throws a blue line to blue line pass. Martell at the Wichita blue line dumps it in deep as the Grizzlies make another line change. 6 minutes in, still no score. Wichita's yet to officially take a shot. Their attempts have gone wide. Battle near the blue line of Utah, and it goes to Wichita. Left circle. Lefty shot is blocked by a Grizzly stick as Canal tries to skate in from the near goal line, loses the puck. Now right circle. Wichita gets it as the Thunder. Mikael Stenell along the right circle loses it as Burke head to Gallant. Gallant gets hit along the near wall. as Jeremy Masella, the big defenseman, lumbers into the right side. Masella in the zone, right circle, trying to drop it off. Now goes back to Masella. Shot saved by Minor. That's officially the first one for Wichita tonight. Nathan Burke gets to center ice, challenged by Peter Bates. Burke gains the line, gets held up along the near wall, and it's taken by Canal. Roman's his first name. Thunder tried to throw a diagonal pass and fanned on it near the Grizzlies bench. Wesley over to Mayhew, who skates down the middle, moves out to the right side for Penner, who dumps it in. Penner chases after it. Jeremy Masella, the big 6'5", 220-pound defenseman, gets it. He skates towards the near corner. Now the Thunder in business. 3-on-3. They cross center ice. As they throw it to the circle, now back to Finnegan. Pass goes wide of the mark as it ricochets off the near wall. Aaron Miller trying to get it to Finnegan. It went over his stick. Now Finnegan gets it near goal line. He taps off the boards. Right point. Nolan Neen fakes a shot, and he gets it poked away by Messner. Out of center ice. Foot race is won by Ryan Finnegan, the Penn State product. As out to the center ice logo, Teixeira gets it. He gets poked away by Miller. Now goes to Nolan Neen as Wichita sets up their attack from left to right. Leighton Moore crosses center ice, number 49. He gets to the right point, enters the zone, but the whistle blows. The Thunder are offside as we get a whistle and a timeout. 12-13 left in the first. We promised we'll talk to Tim Broussard here, but we didn't have many whistles. We'll talk to him in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. 12-13 left in the first period. Still no score. Grizzlies and the Thunder. Utah 4 shots to Wichita's 2. What stood out to you in the first segment of play?
Well, so far, Wichita's passing is already markedly better than their entire Idaho series. So they're generating a few chances, and they're getting some down low, which is what they want. So they're kind of executing to their game plan. Grizzlies are going to have to recognize that and step up into some passing lanes. They want to slow that down a little bit.
Bradley Merrick, the Ferris State product, first-year pro, taking the draw against Brandon Cutler. Cutler in his third season as a pro. As the draw neutralized after Wichita was called for offside. Thunder win the draw. Leighton Moore wraps it around the wall. It goes to the near side. Teixeira in the near corner. He wasn't a teammate of any of these current Wichita players. Across to Brian Yoon. Now ahead to Martell, who outlets to center ice looking for Raby. Pass behind him. And it's icing on Utah as Raby skated over there. But Nolan Neen did a good job staying back defensively. Grizzlies had one power play, and Tim just didn't get a shot off. Wichita did a good job on that penalty kill.
Yeah, with no shots, we didn't even set up till like the last 3 seconds of that power play. So even gaining the zone, gaining possession, doing something with it, that didn't happen on power play 1.
Merrick will take the draw against Jordan Martell. Martell already taking more faceoffs than maybe we saw in any of the 4 games earlier this season. Utah wins the faceoff. They're in their own zone, skating from right to left. As Teixeira over to Raby, who gets hit in the back by Nolan Neen, the former Allen American. Goes over to Yoon, across the center ice, skates down the middle. Right wing chip to Cutler. Grizzlies enter. Cutler with a lefty shot that goes high off the glass and it glides along the near boards. Goes out to center ice where Cutler gets it back at the Utah blue line. He chips it across to Raby, the Michigan product, who also played at Sacred Heart University. Turnover. Merrick in the far corner. Centers it out in front. Dickman with a right wing shot that goes wide. Now Wichita far side bounces off a Minor. As battle won by the Grizzlies. As Teixeira wings it along the boards, make that Cutler. He was looking for Martell, and it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies. As looks like Teixeira was arguing that Martell's stick got lifted, and that's why he couldn't get the puck. The icing's on the Grizzlies. Wichita gets an offensive zone draw. 11-19 left in the first.
Wichita generating some opportunities on that pressure going down that right side, which is where on the ECHL website, if you look at the shot count and where predominantly their shots are, it is from the right side.
Grizzlies win the draw. Teixeira across to Brian Yoon, number 4. Over to Raby along the far boards. Raby gets hit pretty hard by Merrick. As Yoon over along the end wall. Dylan Boucher spins along to the right point. Poliot back past Pineo, number 34. As Dylan Boucher behind the net, loses it out front. Hacking away. Thunder. Miller with a shot. And it's blocked out in front. Backhand shot. They scores. Dylan Boucher went 5-hole and just stuck it past Trent Minor as the Thunder take a 1-0 lead with 11-19 left in the first.
That's their game plan. Get it low, play ping pong, see what happens. And unfortunately, you can only withstand that so long.
Puck did play ping pong right there out in front. There was 3 or 4 bodies. I don't know that Miner was able to see where the puck was. Puck lifted in the air, then just a nice backhand shot, and it just kind of snuck through Trent Miner. Looked like Miner had a view of it, but Boucher just very crafty getting it through. So the Thunder draw first blood tonight. It's 1-0 as the Thunder win the faceoff, skating from left to right. Pouliot dumps it in. Taken by Mayhew, who's being challenged by Peter Bates. Kyle Betts backhands it out to center ice. Gallant left wing chip to Burke. Burke gets to the Wichita blue line, trying to fire a shot, fanned on it. Thunder up ahead to center ice. Diving play by Josh Wesley as the Thunder are trying to hit Mikkel Stenell at the Utah blue line. As Betts, Wesley delivers a hit. McEachern, number 27, gets the line and dumps it in as McEachern was hit by Kyle Betts. Mayhew over to the far side for Cole Gallant. Puck glided over his stick, no icing. Grizzlies make a line change. We're about halfway through the first period. Wichita leads 1-0 on Dylan Boucher's 3rd goal of the year. As Masella, the big 6'5 defenseman, skates down the middle, trying to move it ahead, but Finnegan couldn't reach it. Well, if Finnegan would have had the reach in Masella, probably could have had it. Messner out to center ice for Fitz, left wing. Fitz with a shot saved by Gorsuch, and with Fitz skating after him, Gorsuch covers up as we get a whistle with 10:19 left in the first.
Not a bad idea by Fitz. Nothing really going one way or the other. Let's get an offensive zone face-off set up down there and do something while we were in the offensive zone. Not a bad idea.
Fitz and Penner talk things over. Looks like Penner's wearing that net guard. We'll talk about that during the first intermission. As Nick Messner's been active tonight. He's out there as well. Draws in the near circle. Ryan Finnegan takes it for Wichita. Draw won by the Thunder. They've done a good job in the faceoff circle so far. Corey Thomas, left wing. Lefty shot goes wide. Far side. Fits with a righty blast that goes wide as the puck glides along the near wing boards. Corey Thomas in a foot race with Miller. Miller gets there before Thomas as the Thunder towards the near side. Feed it up top. As now it rolls back to the left. Masella, left wing shot. Saved. It's blocked. Miller with a righty blast that goes wide. As goes back over, turnover. Jack Wallen, right side shot, saved by Miner. Rebound goes out to the near corner. As Teixeira gathers it, he skates around Miner's net. Grizzlies skate from right to left. Ahead towards Penner, pass incomplete. That's going to be icing on the Grizzlies. They tried to hit Penner around center ice, but just couldn't connect. As faceoff's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. As you mentioned, it would be great for the Grizzlies to get some offensive zone time, kind of set up in there and see if they can find a way to establish something. 4 shots in the first 2 minutes, but only 1 since then.
Yeah, a little bit of tilted ice. We just can't seem to get it out of our zone and stay out of our zone for even a minute or two.
Draw on the far circle is won by Utah's Corey Thomas on the far side. Ahead to Fitz, trying to clear it out. It stays in. Thunder, left side. Fire shot that goes wide. I think Grizzlies got a stick on it. Dickman battles with Teixeira along the far goal line. Thomas takes it away. Corey Thomas ahead to Messner. Slides it across to Penner. Penner crosses center ice down the middle, and he dumps it in as Grizzlies make a line change. Gathering it, it's Nolan Neen who will tap it off the end boards. Thunder skate from left to right as Bradley Merrick. And he gets to center ice, challenged by Yakura. Merrick dumps it in. Miner behind his net plays it. He'll feed it to Josh Wesley, the Grizzlies captain, who moves it ahead to Gallant. Gallant throws to center ice for Power, who gets it. Power fires a shot, and a blocker saved by Gorsuch. Action deep in the Thunder zone as Moore throws to Dickman. Dickman back to the near side. And still move it ahead as the Thunder get it to Jason Pineo. Boy, blue jersey, number 34. I'm thinking Austin Matthews. He tried to center it out in front to Watts. Grizzlies clear it back to center. As Utah gets it back in their own zone. Wesley, diagonal pass to Power in the Mount Royal product. Power dumps it in for his full season as a pro as Gorsuch slides to Pouliot. Pouliot back in his own zone. Feeds it across to Dominic Dockery. Second year with the Thunder. Ahead to Dylan Boucher, the goal scorer. 3 on the season. Gets to the right point. He gets interfered with by Teixeira. And the referee spotted it. Grizzlies touch it up. And Wichita goes on the power play for the first time tonight. As Boucher was trying to gain the line, he got hit by Teixeira. And it's going to be 2 minutes for interference. Fans don't like it, but probably a good call made by referee Chad Ingals. Ingalls.
I think he would have been fine, but the hit looked like it got up a little high, and then that's what...
about shoulder high as they show the replay.
Yeah. And then the reaction, I think that's what probably drew the penalty more so than the actual infraction itself.
I think he ended up going on 2 knees and lost his balance a little bit. Thunder this season on the power play, 25.7%. Grizzlies penalty kill, 80%. Thunder lead 1-0. They're on the man advantage for the first time tonight. Watts over to Stenell, right side, lefty shot, saved by Miner. Rebound goes to Penner. Penner will carry it out to the neutral ice area, gets the center ice, and he'll dump it in as Penner will come off for another attacker. Kyle Betts replaces Penner. 8 minutes and counting left in the first. Wichita leads 1-0. Thunder. Leighton Moore, left wing pass as Stenell gains the line. He gets hit by Betts. Stenell on 2 knees. 2 Grizzlies hacking away. Betts gets the puck and bounces it out to center ice. Moore tried to keep it in by reaching for it. Just got a piece of it, but couldn't keep the line. Moore drops it off at neutral ice. Braden Watts crosses center. Right wing, he enters the zone, trying to get it back to Dickman. Dickman gets around Kyle Betts. Dickman back to Watts. One-timer from the right side. Saved by Miner. Dickman goes down, trying to get a tripping call from Miner. No call. Grizzlies get it and clear it out. Halfway through the Wichita power play. 7:20 and counting left in the first. Thunder lead 1-0 as Wichita restarts the attack. Moore moves ahead to center ice for Peter Bates, who skates down the middle. He gets to the line. Bates with a good speed. Veers off to the left. He spins along the wall. Pineo trying to get there. Mayhew gets there first, and Mayhew clears it out. Trevor Gorsuch stops at the near goal line and drops it off for Roman Canal. Canal, 2 goals in 9 games this season, -5 rating. He skates down the middle. Canal, left wing pass to center ice. They tried to chip it out to the high slot, and Thunder couldn't get it. Mayhew clears it back again. 24 seconds left in the Thunder power play. Thunder lead 1-0. As Neen moves it ahead to Bates. Bates gains the line. Looks like he's a pretty good skater. McEachern over to Canal. Back to the right side for Nolan Neen. He's in the right circle. Neen drops it off behind his back for Canal. He's down the middle. Left wing chip for McEachern. He couldn't get it. Now he gathers it. Throws to the far goal line. McEachern across to Neen. Neen with a right wing shot. Saved by Miner. Boy, Neen was all alone on the right side. He was tapping his stick, wanting the pass. He got the pass, but Miner was able to make the save.
That's the showpiece of their power play, folks. Whoever's going to be in that, whether it be Neen or whether it be Watts, whoever, they're going to drop that guy in on the right-hand side. Everything's going to go left, and they're looking for that pass across.
The unfortunate thing for the Grizzlies, that pass connected. And Neen had a pretty good look, but Miner was able to make the save and not give out a second chance. 1 second left in the power play as Draw's going to be in the right circle. 6:22 left in the first. As the linesman tried to drop the puck, and then he pump fakes. He didn't actually drop it. Teixeira was like halfway out of the box, and we'll drop it again. Grizzlies are back at full strength. Pouliot couldn't handle it. Goes to Teixeira, fresh out of the box. He skates along the Wichita blue line diagonally, dumps it in. As Grizzlies get it near corner, McMessner gets pushed. Messner, one-on-one battle with Xavier Pouliot, number 81. Pouliot's got good size, 6'2", 225 pounds. Wichita comes out of the pile with the puck. Thunder cross center ice. 3-on-3. They gained the line onside. Center to Pineo. One-timer goes wide as Pineo was cutting towards the net. As Grizz throw it to Messner. Near circle. Messner deep in the Grizzlies zone. Across pass doesn't connect to Brian Yoon. Yoon gets it back from Jack Wallen. Yoon to Jared Power, who gets the center ice, and he fires a shot. And a blocker saved by Gorsuch. The rebound goes to the near corner. Pouliot delivers a hit on Yoon as Grizz along the far line. Skates behind the net. Tried to feather it out in front to Power, and it goes wide as it bounced off a stick and goes to center. Neutral ice. Wesley with a shot, and it bounced off a Dockery. Dockery limping a little bit. Grizzlies skate around the Wichita net, and that's Martell. The Rooster with a shot that goes wide from the left wing. Right wing, Wesley with a blast that goes wide as the puck glides along the near boards. Dickman tried to move it along, but it goes to Mayhew at center ice. Across to Cutler down the middle, and he feeds to the right side. Mayhew skates down. They'll take a shot. Saved by Gorsuch. A great look along the right wing by Martell. Skated all the way in, but Gorsuch made the save. Ahead to Dickman. He couldn't get it. It goes to center ice. Wesley ahead to Martell. The Rooster loses as he skates down the middle. Raby throws to the right side for Cutler. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Gorsuch. Thunder get the puck, and they'll wobble it into the Grizzlies zone as Mayhew chasing after it. No icing. Wichita makes a line change as the Thunder get it back after Mayhew fed it to center ice. Canal lets it go as it would be a delayed offside as Cutler takes the puck. Brandon Cutler, a point in 3 of his 4 games this season. Diagonal pass to new tries for Raby. Raby trying to handle it. He's battled with Peter Bates. Raby finally gets it, and he dumps it in as it bounces off the far boards. Wichita gets the puck. 4:20 and counting left in the first. Thunder lead 1-0. As the Thunder skate down the middle, they cross center ice. Connor McEachern tries to get around Corey Thomas. Thomas pokes it away. Grizzlies throw it to center. Puck skips along the Maverik Center ice. Peter Bates with a left wing chip. Thunder enter the zone. They skate towards the right point. Canal tried to dump it in. Taken away by Stenell. Stenell, bouncing puck that goes over the stick of McEachern. He lets it go deep in the Grizzlies zone as the Thunder make a line change. Grizzlies moving out to center ice. Burke over to Teixeira. Right wing pass is picked off. Braden Watts gains the line, stops on the left point. He'll spin it along the wall. Pineo has been active in the first period. Collides with Corey Thomas in the near corner. 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Boucher gets it. Tried to throw it across. It bounced off a Penner stick and flies into the Thunder zone. Grizzlies make a full line change. 3.5 minutes left in the first. Thunder lead 1-0. Collision. Wichita's net gets dislodged. And if the Grizzlies get the puck, they'll blow the whistle. Betts gets it around center ice, and they blow the whistle as they were going to let Wichita advance the puck however far they want to with the net getting dislodged. But once Utah touched it up, they were going to blow the whistle. Draw's going to be neutralized, I believe, when we come back. This timeout brought to you by Coca-Cola, where real magic is only a sip away. The score, Thunder 1, Grizzlies nothing. 3:24 left in the first period. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
3:24 left in the first period. Thunder lead 1-0 as Dylan Boucher scored 8:41 into the contest with Jason Pineo and Aaron Miller getting the assists. Draw's going to be at center ice. Grizzlies lead the shot count 8-6 here in the first of the three-game set. Don't forget, Friday night's going to be an AFCU Friday. We're taking a start just $10 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. It's also Pooch on the Pond. Bring your dog to the game. I'm sure they would love it. And it's also Pride Night. The Grizzlies are wearing specialty jerseys. As the Thunder win the face-off, Dylan Boucher, the goal scorer, dumps in. He's got 3 goals this season. Mayhew gets pushed by Pineo, who's been active tonight. As the Grizzlies get it, Kyle Betts skating from right to left, gets to center ice. Left wing chip towards Messner. Good poke check by Nolan Neen, who's been one of Wichita's best defensemen so far. As Betts gets around Boucher, enters the zone, flies towards the corner, drops off for Wesley. White right wing shot. And a save by Gorsuch, rebound to the far corner. Messner gets the puck over to Fitz. Right wing shot is blocked by Neen. That's a few block shots by Neen here in the first period. Puck glides towards the far corner as Messner gets hit by Watts. Messner over to Fitz. Right circle, take a righty shot. Saved by Gorsuch. A couple good looks by Dylan Fitz there, who looked good against Wichita last year. And it's good to see Dylan Fitz back in the Grizzlies lineup. He played in the first 2 games against Tulsa, but missed the Idaho series.
Yeah, we need that grittiness down there. Somebody who's able to get down there and take the punishment and the hands to do something about it if he finds an opportunistic rebound.
Thunder lead 1-0. We'll talk about both goaltenders in the first intermission. Also talk about the EIHL, where Adam Johnson, the tragedy, passed away a couple weeks ago. As Wichita wins the draw, they've done a good job in the face-off circle tonight. Miller, right wing, crosses center ice. He's got an assist tonight. Moves ahead to Finnegan, trying to get back to Miller. Goes to the left circle. And a lefty shot by Dockery, and Miner makes the save. As Dominic Dockery, number 44, fired away from the left circle. Miner made the save, and Miner's done a good job here so far, not allowing rebounds.
We can do a Miner a big favor if we can stop those east-west passes. The lower they are, the more dangerous they are, because they've got a guy on the other end waiting to one-time it. By the time they have a winger on the right, your winger on your left is already teeing up the shot.
Dockery's third year with Wichita. Last season in 71 games, had 2 goals and 8 assists. Draws in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone. Martell will take it against Miller, and Miller wins it. Thunder once again win another face-off. As Jack Wallen over to Finnegan, the Penn State product. Finnegan drops off to the corner. Nobody was there but Brandon Cutler. Taps it high into the air as it bounces to center ice. What a mustache Brandon Cutler is sporting. Him and Tyler Penner, great mustaches for the Grizzlies here. And as Brian Yoon overskates the puck, now gets it back. Now he moves to Raby at neutral ice. Raby lifted it, gloved and dropped by Xavier Poliot. Bouncing puck goes back to Yoon at the Utah blue line. Grizzlies restart the attack. Mayhew across to Yoon from circle to circle. Yoon outlets at the center ice for Raby. It tapped off his stick. 2-on-1 battle. Wichita gets it. Their pass towards Watts goes wide as Mayhew over to Cutler. Across, Yoon gets off the ice. Oh, smart play by Brian Yoon, knowing that it could have been too many men. Dickman skates towards the left circle, now around Utah's net. Dickman on the right side takes a lefty shot save. Hacking out in front. Grizzlies come out of it. Big pile out in front of the net. Grizzlies gathered it and clear it out. As Raby comes off the ice, Thunder back up with it. 1:25 and counting left in the period. Poliot throws to Watts. It bounced off the boards near the Grizzlies bench. Watts dumps it in. Mayhew chasing after it. He gets hit along the boards. As Bradley Merrick over there. Merrick's got good size. Thunder throw it over to the left point. Wobbling puck corralled by Masella. Over to Watts. One-timer goes wide from the high slot as it ricochets off the end boards. As Masella skates to the corner in deep for a defenseman. Masella behind the net. Battles with Wesley. As Mayhew joins the play. Wichita taps to the near corner. Dickman gets it. He's in the right point. Dickman skates towards his left. Drops it off for Masella, who skates towards the right circle. Lefty shot. Saved by Miner. Boy, Masella really did a good job there. Grizzly did a good job taking away his time and space, but Masella was able to get a good shot off, and Miner was able to make the stop.
That long stick just hung it out to the side and was able to lean on it and get some leverage and still get a high-quality shot off. Miner didn't immediately handle it, but then after that, grabbed in the rebound.
Thunder 1, Grizzlies nothing. Shot count looks like a football score. Grizzlies 10 to Wichita 7. Penner will take the draw against number 27, Connor McEachern. McEachern played in 4 AHL games last year with San Jose after completing a college career at Penn State. Grizzlies win the draw, no icing as Fitz gets there first. Grizzlies left wing, Messner with a shot, saved by Gorsuch. As Messner was along the near wing boards, fired a lefty shot, and Gorsuch made the save. If Gorsuch didn't glove it, it might have gone wide, but the whistle blows with 30 seconds left.
That's fine. 30 seconds is plenty of time to set up a play, offensive zone. Right now, you can just tell everybody talking. Got Penner and Messner talking.
Messner takes a draw. Penner to his left and Fitz to his right. On top is Yoon and Teixeira. As the draw won by Wichita. Boy, Thunder have really done a good job in the face-off circle. They move it ahead for Peter Bates, who overskates it. Yoon lifts it out to Fitz, who drops it. This goes back to Wichita to get it to center ice. Teixeira battles with Peter Bates, but Teixeira was able to dump it in. Teixeira, 6th year in this league. Has 12 seconds left in the period. Nolan Neen back behind his net. 7 seconds left. Neen moves it out to center ice. McEachern gets it 2-on-3. He gains the line, gets around Peter Bates. 2 seconds left. McEachern will backhand it off the end boards, and that will do it for 20 minutes here at Maverik Center. As the only goal was scored by Dylan Boucher, 8:41 in. It was an even strength goal with Jason Pineo and Aaron Miller getting the assist. Both teams had one power play in the first period, and neither found the back of the net. Grizzlies didn't have a shot in their power play. Wichita might have had one. So when we come back, we'll recap the first period, and we'll also talk some hockey. As it's the first of a 3-game set. Looks like it's going to be an interesting series, and it looks like the Thunder on the offensive end and maybe on the defensive end as well, looks like they've improved from last season. The score after 20 minutes of play, Wichita 1, Utah nothing. We're back in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm. And our lights on. It's the power behind the team. And a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
First intermission here at Maverik Center, and the Thunder lead the Grizzlies 1-0. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Tim Broussard. It looks like it's going to be a fun series. It's just one period in. Now, don't forget, Friday night's going to be a busy one. We got so many promotions here on Friday night. It's going to take like the entire intermission to talk about them all. Pooch on the Pond's going to be interesting. It's the annual Pooch on the Pond. I don't know how many years that's been going on, probably as long as the franchise has been around, but you know, you can bring your dog to the game, sit in a special section. Second intermission, there's going to be a dog parade. And so that'll be a lot of fun. That's going to be Pooch on the Pond. It's also an AFCU Friday, where tickets start just $10 and you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. And it's also the Grizzlies' third annual Pride Night, where the Grizzlies are wearing specialty jerseys for the occasion. I haven't yet seen what the specialty jerseys look like. Nobody's showed me what they look like just as of now, but I hear they're every bit as good as last year, if not even a little bit better than they were last year. So that'll be something to watch out for. That's going to be Friday night. And we'll also have some hockey here on Saturday. And, we'll have some fun there as the Thunder are in town this week. And they played a pretty good first period. The only goal scored by Dylan Boucher is third of the year, 8:44 in. Jason Pineo and Aaron Miller with the assists. Both teams had one power play. Mikkel Stenell got a cross-checking minor, 2:07 in. Grizzlies didn't get a shot on that power play. Keone Teixeira got a roughing minor for Utah, 11:39 in. And the Thunder didn't get a shot off during their power play. Shot count in the first period, Utah had 11, Wichita 7. Dylan Fitz led the Grizzlies with 3 shots. Dakota Raby and the Rooster Jordan Martell had 2 shots, and then 4 others with 1 shot in the first period. For Wichita, Jeremy Masella had 2 shots, and then 5 other Thunder had 1 shot each, including Boucher, who scored on a backhand shot as he went 5-hole on Trent Miners. The puck kind of lifted in the air, then kind of bounced. And it looked like Miner had a vision of Boucher. Boucher just kind of crafty, just a very crafty backhand shot. It just snuck through, and that's the only goal of the game. Both teams really were pretty good on the penalty kill. The one chance they had, neither team had a power play shot. Grizzlies with a slight edge in the shot count. Oddly enough, the off-ice official said that the Grizzlies won the face-off battle 11-5. Felt like Wichita won more face-offs than 5 in the first period.
I think I'd almost reverse that the way that I saw it, but
giveaways, though, that's a big stat. Grizzlies 6 giveaways in the first period. Wichita had none. Scoring chances, Utah was 6, Wichita with 3. And as we stand after 20 minutes, the Thunder have a 1-0 lead. What stood out to you in the first 20 minutes?
I can see where Coach Christian Horn is going with the short shifts, and you were calling it out, and I was marking it every time. He's trying to keep the line changes short. He's trying to keep everything active and keep a high energy out there to utilize the speed and have the players just go, then sit down, get ready, and then do the same thing. I would like to see us utilize our speed against their lack of speed, because that's kind of, they haven't shown that this season. But to be honest, what I saw in the first 20 minutes is Wichita matching everything that we were able to do. We've got to clean up the turnovers. That's not okay. The Wichita team so far this year has been very Santa Claus-like in giving out all different kind of turnovers in the most horrific way if you're a Wichita fan. I'm hoping that we get a couple of those coming our way, but so far that hasn't happened. Wichita will take mental vacations too, and we've seen this in the games that I've watched online and whatever else. And talking with Jason Malls this morning, his his ideas, and along with mine and the observation is they'll do great for 10 minutes at a time and then take a minute and a half, 2 minutes off and not be all there. And that's where the turnovers, the stupid passes, the incredible thing, hitting your own guy in the back with a puck and it starts a 2-on-0 going the other way that you scored on. So those opportunities are still coming. We just didn't see that in the first 20 minutes.
So I guess if you're the Grizzlies going into the second period, you're just going to have to stay the course, I'm guessing, here in the next 20 minutes and see if you can break through.
We've got to keep that shot count high. 11, I'm almost disappointed that we didn't get more.
Well, remember, we had 4 in like the first 2 minutes.
We started out great, and then the tide kind of turned. I'm like, we got to keep that pressure up, and maybe that's why Christian Horn was going with the short shifts. He wanted to keep that going. What will happen with Gorsuch, and this is also coming from the Wichita camp too, is that as Gorsuch gets tired, he sits back on his line. He doesn't come out and challenge. That means he leaves those angles open for snipers. Yeah, we've got a few snipers on the team, i.e. Jordan Martell, and he can pick a corner, the size of a nickel. So if we can get him into that mode or get him out of the east-west or, left to right movement, and he's not squaring up exactly and leaves the hole, we've got the snipers that can exploit that. We just haven't had that.
Well, Martell, that look there is he doesn't do this very often. Usually he finds a circle and blasts one, but he just skated all the way in, and that was probably Utah's best chance there, skated along the right side. And Gorsuch was somehow able to make a save.
Right, and that's going to happen. That's going to happen early. I think the more shots that we get on him, the less aggressive he's going to be. He's not a young kid. He's
been around for about 5 or 6 years.
He's been around, and so I think if we can keep that pressure, keep that energy going, I think that it'll start paying dividends. We've just got to do something with the passing. Our passing is not very good. We're letting them pass right through, certain areas. At least we didn't let them set up on their lethal power play and do what they wanted. They struggled just like we struggled to gain possession in the offensive zone and do something with that.
Thunder lead 1-0. We'll go over some scores from around the league. I think there's a handful of games tonight as Grizzlies looking for a good second period. In overtime, Reading defeats Norfolk 6-5. So Reading gets their second victory of the season. Jacksonville over Savannah 5-2. The Grizzlies' opponent next week, the Iowa Heartlanders, they lead Kalamazoo 2-1. That game with 4 minutes left in regulation. So watch out for Iowa. We'll keep an eye on them. They're the Grizzlies' opponent next week. Former Grizzly goaltender Peyton Jones is in net for Iowa tonight, and he has stopped 22 of 23. So Iowa clinging to a 2-1 lead. They've outshot Kalamazoo 35-23. So that's the other 3 games in the league tonight. 2 of them have already gone final. Iowa leads Kalamazoo 2-1 with 5 minutes left in the third period. Looks like a busy night in the NHL. Let's see if we can go over some scores. I say busy night. There's 3 games. It's more busy last night. 1 game's gone final. Ottawa defeats Toronto 6-3. The Thunder jerseys tonight, they're kind of a combination of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Toronto Maple Leafs. 34 has the puck all the whole first period. I'm thinking, that's Austin Matthews.
That's funny.
That's Jason Paniel. 1 game in progress on national TV on TNT. 6 minutes left in the third. Florida and Washington are tied at 3. And the second half of that TNT doubleheader is the LA Kings, who are 7-2-2 this season. They take on the 11-1-1 Vegas Golden Knights. That game will start about 8 o'clock. So that's going to be a fun one there with 2 winning teams to start the season.
That's quite the opposite of the organization that the Wichita Thunder are under. That they just got their first win last night, being the San Jose Sharks, and are 1-11, I believe.
Before the game, there was a moment of silence in honor of Adam Johnson, who the tragic accident on the ice. In fact, the skate that hit Adam Johnson was a former ECHLer, Matt Petgrave, who played against the Grizzlies a little bit. And I think Petgrave actually played in 3 ice this past summer. Just a tragedy. If you think about the EIHL, I mean, there's a lot of former Grizzlies in that league. Christian Horn was an assistant in that league with the Cardiff Devils, if I remember right. There's also quite a few former Grizzlies who are playing in that league right now, and a lot of players who are playing for other teams in the league that, played against the Grizzlies quite a bit. And I think Quinn Preston, who was with Wichita last year, he's in that league. I think he's a teammate of Miles Gendron with the Belfast Giants. And Gendron, who was with the Grizzlies last couple of years, he's in Belfast. I think it's a 10-team league. Cole Yulee, who was with the Grizzlies and was one of their best forwards in the 2018-2019 season. He plays for the Cardiff Devils. James Shearer, one of Utah's best defensemen last year, very dependable blue liner. He's with the Coventry Blaze. There's 4 guys with the Dundee Stars that previously played with Utah. Johnny Walker and Kyle Pouncey were with the club last year. Kevin Carr, who's spent, I think, 2 or 3 different stints with the Grizzlies, former goaltender. He's on that team. And Brendan Harms, who mostly played with Utah in the 2017-2018 season. All 4 of those guys play with Dundee. Former Grizzly forwards Matt Berry and Michael Pellick each play for the Glasgow Clan. The Clan. They play for Glasgow in the EIHL. There wasn't a former Grizzly that played with the Nottingham Panthers, at least this year. That's the team that Adam Johnson played on. And there wasn't a former Grizzly that played on the team that faced Nottingham that unfortunate night. So it kind of hits when you think about a lot of players that played in this league that end up going and play in the EIHL, and it's one of those things. It's sadly when you got sharp skates and you got players flying around. Unfortunately, the 1 in a million happens sometimes. It's just unfortunate and tragic.
We saw a near miss years and years ago with Clint Marlichuk in Buffalo with the neck incident, and that pretty much put a cap on his career at the very minimum, but at least he's alive to tell about it. And it's unfortunate. It'll be interesting to see what rule changes or equipment mandates come out. It's tough because you can see both ways. As a player, you're going to have something more restrictive in that area. As you get used to playing a certain way and having it vent and not being as hot or whatever. And obviously with the technological improvements in, the different type of blends and fabrics and so on and so forth, Kevlar, mesh, or, whatever you want to put on there. It'll be interesting to see what happens going forward as far as here's the new mandate and this is what the policy is.
Nick Hayes bringing some pretzels. I have absolutely no clue when we'll be able to eat the pretzels during the game. But
what a thought. That's awesome.
It's the thought that counts. It's during warm-ups, I think there was about 6 Grizzlies. It was tough to see because the collar with the Grizzlies uniform kind of looks similar to the net guard. I think I saw 6 players in warm-up wearing it. I couldn't tell if there was 1 or 2 that were wearing it during the game. I noticed Tyler Penner was wearing it. I couldn't tell if Teixeira or Cutler were wearing it because they got the mustache out in front, and the mustache is about the same color. And by the way, sweet-looking mustaches they're wearing. Cutler, Teixeira, Tyler Penner, normally sporting a beard of some kind. Looks like he's transitioned into a mustache. It's a really sharp-looking one. I got to imagine the guys, Mayhew had it for warm-ups. I didn't see him wear it during the game. I got to imagine you start with, practice, warm-ups, then probably a build up into feeling that comfort zone where you can wear it in the game.
Right. You've got to get used to because it's going to keep heat in. And as a player, you got to figure out a way, well, how am I going to keep myself cool? So here's something else that's going to be at the very minimum restrictive, and you've got to blend into it and transition into it. It's not going to happen over 1 or 2 games or 3 or 4 practices. This is going to have to be a commitment from the players going forward. This is my choice and this is what I want to do. I would like to see have it be the player's choice and not being a mandated policy coming down from the league that thou shalt wear this now, versus, leave it to the player discretion, and if they so feel like they need to wear it, then by all means, please do.
First intermission, Wichita leads 1-0. And when we come back in 90 seconds, we'll have second period action. We'll skate 5-on-5 to start the second period on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Tim Broussard. About set to start the second period. Wichita leads 1-0. Tim, what do you want to see here in particular early in the second period?
I want to see a lot of pressure by the Grizzlies. Put these guys in a position where they feel gratuitous and start giving up some of those turnovers. And maybe we can do something with it, much like Idaho was able to do.
Pretty good term, gratuitous.
Gratuitous? You like that?
Yeah, I do
How
like
about
that.
thwarted? The gratuitous attempts were thwarted.
That's pretty good. My current high education can't really compete with that. The Grizzlies starting with the same five that started the game. Fitz, Penner, and Messner up front. Back end, Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew. One of the best defensive pairings in the league. Messner Mayhew and Wesley. Looks like same five to start the game that started the game for Wichita. They're going to start the second period. Defensively, that's Leighton Moore and Nolan Neen. Well, I thought Neen was active in the first period for Wichita. Forwards, Aaron Miller, who picked up a first period assist, Jake Wallen, and Ryan Finnegan. Finnegan played some games in the AHL with San Jose, 4 to be exact. At the end of last season, he played his college hockey at Penn State. Penner will take the draw against Finnegan. Penner sporting a beard and the net guard. As crowd returning to their seats for the start of the second period. Linesman Craig Peterson drops the puck and we're underway. Grizz skate from left to right here in the second period as we see it from high atop section 114. Wichita from right to left. They get the puck back after Utah turned it over at neutral ice as Aaron Miller lifts it high into the air. Puck skips along the Maverik Center ice deep in Utah's zone. Grizz skate towards the near side trying to clear it out. As puck ends up going to center ice, it bounced off a Mayhew stick. Nolan Neen, diagonal pass to Wallen. He enters. Wallen used to play with Rapid City. He lifts it all the way to the right corner from the left point. As Mayhew throws it to Finnegan. Finnegan skates towards the near corner, gets up top for Moore. Back to Miller, trying to get it over to Moore from Miller. And Utah takes away. Fits up ahead to Wesley, but great defensive play by Miller. Miller tried to move it ahead. It tapped off a Grizzlies stick and flies over the tunnel near the Grizzlies bench. And a fan in section 126 comes away with a puck around row 7.
We got to do a better job of gaining the our own offensive ice and then keeping it there and doing something with it. So that's how you're going to start applying pressure. Gain the zone, keep it in the zone, do something there. See if we can't get Gorsuch moving left and right and maybe like get an opportunity.
Both teams are doing a good job neutral zone defense.
Yes.
Really challenging the opposition to gain the line. Utah wins the draw. Teixeira, left point, skates towards the circle. Lefty shot. It's blocked out in front. Hit a little bit of Betts as well as Merrick. As Betts, left point, over to Burke. Lefty shot. Blocker saved by Gorsuch. Puck flies in the air. Teixeira, right point. Trying to get up top for Burke. Puck exit the zone. Burke dumps it in. Grizzlies tag up to neutral ice. Thunder get the puck. As Roman Canal ahead to Watts. Watts gains the line. High slot. Lefty shot goes wide. Teixeira along the far boards. Dickman collides with Gallant. Thunder in the attack zone. Masella, left point. Lefty shot. Saved by Minor. And Trent holds on in the butterfly position as we get a whistle with 18:39 left in the first. Or left in the second.
Masella's stick got to be at least what, 4? You know, I mean,
yeah.
half of a tree trunk. I don't know.
It's a long one.
The leverage that he can gain on that as he leans on it is incredible.
Kind of like that Matt Register stick.
There you go.
Just the stick that goes for days. Draws the near circle of the Grizzlies zone. Martell will take the draw against Bradley Merrick, who played his college hockey at Ferris State, first-year pro. Grizzlies win the draw. Wesley throws it towards the point. Masella and Cutler collide. Puck stays in the Grizzlies zone. Watts wraps it around the wall. Far side, Dickman trying to get it back around. It glanced off a Grizzlies skate. Merrick battles with Martell. It goes to Cutler in the near corner. Cutler, wearing number 29, will tap it off the boards on the near side, and he battles with Dickman. Dickman keeps it in left point. Dickman centers it to Watts, who trying to get it back to Merrick. Pass behind him as it goes back to Dickman in the left corner. He throws it back to the right side for Watts, who trying to get it back to Dickman. He gets cut off by Wesley. As Cutler ahead towards Corey Thomas in his first game of the season. Arabi, who taps it to center ice and chases after it. Taken back by Canal. He ricochets it to off the near boards for Masella. Diagonal pass near Wichita's bench. Ricochets off the wall and skips towards Minor, who moves it ahead for Wesley. Now an outlet pass to Martell, who dances around the left point of the Grizzlies zone. He feeds it across off the boards. Thomas gets it, wearing number 44. He wore a different number last year. Turnover. Peter Bates with a breakaway. Skates down the middle. Drops it off for Stenell. Snell trying to sneak it through Minor, and Minor makes the save. What a creative play by Wichita. Somehow Bates got it, and he had a breakaway. Skated down the middle, and instead of taking the shot, dropped it off for Stenell. Stenell tried to sneak a 5-hole on Minor, but Minor was able to get a stick in the way. That's a great idea by Peter Bates, dropping it off. Minor thinking that he's going to take the shot, then as you're cutting across, maybe you take away his vision.
Right.
Draw's going to be in the near circle. Thunder still lead 1-0. As Draw goes to the point, Power takes it away from Stenell. Utah wins it. Power, right side, gets to center ice and wraps it around the wall. Messner back around, Power in the corner on the near side. Drops off for Dean Yakura. Yakura at 38 years old, the oldest Grizzly skater in team history. He loses McEachern. Throws to center ice. Peter Bates gets it. Bates dumps it in after crossing the center ice red line. As Minor gets to Martell. Minor gets tripped up, wants a call, none to be had. We've had one power play on each side. Bates drops it off from McEachern. One-timer, kick save by Minor, and that goes out of play. Already two nice passes by Peter Bates leading to shots. Well, Minor's looked good here so far in the second period.
He's had to be sharp. The Wichita passing has been sharp, and they didn't see that all last series. So Grizzlies going to have to do something. And, like I mentioned it before, step up into the lanes or challenge a little bit higher. But we're going to have to do something to keep Wichita honest on those passes.
Jason Pineo will take the draw against Kyle Betts. Pineo actually scored his first pro goal here at Maverik Center last year in a series in late March. Draw won by Wichita. Leighton Moore, high slot, feeds it across to Neen. He's in the right point. Neen collides with Nathan Burke. Burke kicks it from one blue line to the other. Thunder back in their own zone as Braden Watts will tap it off the near boards for Moore. Back to Watts, who gets to neutralize. Right wing chip connects. Thunder enter the zone. Dylan Boucher, the goal scorer, loses. He was challenged by Colorado College product Brian Yoon. Wesley crosses center ice, 2-on-3, gains the line. Right wing, he'll tap it off the end wall. Betts chases after. He gets held up by Neen. As Burke back to Wesley, right side. One-timer goes wide. Gallant back to Betts behind the net. Pineo challenges. Burke tried to give a screen, but the screen went wide as Betts tried to roll it around the wall. Boucher gets hit by Yoon. Deep in the Thunder zone along the end boards. Yoon gets it. Right side, trying to get to the circle for Betts. Now centers it to Messner. Shot saved by Gorsuch. Messner looking for his first as a pro. Yoon across to Fitz. Fitz led the Grizzlies with 3 shots in the first period. He skates around Wichita's net. Wraparound shot saved by Gorsuch. As back at the near goal line, Moore spins along the near wall for Watts. Watts collides with Teixeira. Puck glides back to the corner. Fitz chases after it. He collides with Moore. Grizzlies look to center. It bounced off a Neen and goes to the high slot. Thomas keeps in. They'll bounce it off of Penner's shoulder, and it flies out of play as it goes into row 1 of about section 115.
This is what we want right here. This is that type of pressure where we're getting something in on Gorsuch, making them make a play, making their defense make a decision. I've got to go out or come out and play the guy who's going to shoot, or I'm going to suck back in and cover down low. This is the advantageous possession that you want out of this time in the offensive zone.
I'm watching for this forward line to get going. Raby, Martell, and Cutler with Martell taking the face-off. Mayhew and Wesley up top. As a draw won by Utah, Martell loses it. As the Thunder move it ahead, they cross center ice. Miller drops it off near the Wichita bench looking for Finnegan. Finnegan was cutting another direction. As the Thunder enter the zone right side, they skate to the right circle. Shot saved by Miner there. It's taken by Miller, who's looked good in his first game against Utah. As along the far boards in the Grizzlies zone, now glides to the far goal line. Mayhew gets it. Mayhew gets around one Thunder skater. Now across to Wesley, who outlets at the center ice for Martell. The Rooster gains the line right side. Gets around Masella. Martell feathers it out in front of glance off the stick and glides to the high slot. Grizzlies keep it in. Yoon around the wall, goes to Jeremy Masella, far side. Masella collides with Raby. Raby knocked him down, no calls. The official's looking the other way. Now slot, lefty shot gets blocked. As Raby's shot got blocked by Miller. As left side, now across to Teixeira. He has it tap off his skate. Teixeira gets it, left point, lefty shot. Stick saved by Gorsuch. Rebound to the far corner. As Cutler spins along the wall, Yoon gets blasted by Wallen. As Cutler feeds it out in front, nobody home. As Wallen will tap it off the near glass. It goes to center ice. Masella gets held up by Yoon. Masella pushed Yoon to the ice. No call. Right wing pass to Yoon. Head to Gallant. Skates towards the right circle. Gallant couldn't get a shot off as he was back checked by Jay Dickman. Arm is raised. It's going to be a penalty. Gallant left side. Shot goes wide. Delayed penalty. And it's going to be on Wichita. Wesley backs it out to center ice. Utah's net is empty. 6-on-5 delayed penalty. As Gallant skates around Maverik. Gallant right side. Shot fanned on as it glides slowly towards the end boards. Masella tapped it off the wall. Boy, I'm surprised play didn't stop there. It looked like he touched it up and threw it to the wall. Play goes on. Gallant left side. Skates towards the circle. Gallant up top for Wesley. Wesley with a shot. Saved by Gorsuch. Rebound goes out to Gallant. Play continues. Referee's right arm's got to be tired at this point. Wesley over to Thomas in the right point. Thomas gets it to Burke. Burke skates towards the right side. Gets it back to Betts. Up top for Thomas. Across to Wesley. One-timer and it's blocked. Goes back to Wesley. Over to Thomas. One-timer goes wide off the end boards. Betts around the net and finally it gets touched up. The referee's arm had to be dead tired from holding it for about a minute.
Gorsuch as well, because that's a lot of time to be out there trying to skate up and square up on everybody. With the extra attacker, you have one more man to worry about.
13:23 left in the second period. Hooking's the call. Jay Dickman gets 2 minutes in the box. And when we come back in 30 seconds, Grizzlies will be on the power play for the second time tonight. Thunder lead the Grizzlies 1-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. .23 left in the second period. Thunder lead 1-0. The shots, Grizzlies 14 to Wichita 11, so it looks pretty even here in the second period. In fact, it looks like Wichita's got a 4-3 edge on the shots so far in the second period. Tim, it seemed like a critical sequence in the game. Luckily for the Grizzlies, on that delayed penalty that lasted for probably a full minute, if not more than a minute, they're able to get some offensive zone time. Let's see if they get in a rhythm here.
It's too bad there was a media timeout afterwards, but
yeah.
to slow things down. But here we go. We got 2 minutes of goodness, and we'll see what we can do.
Betts will take the draw against Bradley Maverik. Maverik hits the ice. The linesman forgot to drop the puck. Betts kicked out of the faceoff circle. Nathan Burke will take it. And the puck drops, and looks like we'll do it again. Let's see if the third time's a charm. As Andrew Collins will drop the puck eventually. He does. And the draw won by Wichita clears it out. Teixeira couldn't get the bouncing puck as it wobbles on its side. Teixeira chases after it deep in the Grizzlies zone. He'll throw it to Mayhew in the far corner. Grizzlies skate from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. Mayhew, left wing pass to Burke, who gets the center ice. Burke will skate towards the right side. He played with the San Jose a little bit, the Barracuda in Orlando in the league. Could have been a Thunder maybe. As Gallant, right side. Burke got blasted by Pouliot. As Mayhew, high slot, right wing chip to Teixeira. Teixeira switches places with Mayhew. He's now on the left side, over to Mayhew. Back to Burke, over to Betts. One-timer goes wide as Betts was hanging out in the slot. As 2-on-2 battle behind the net. Thunder get it. Dockery will glide along the near boards. Mayhew keeps it in. Mayhew chips out in front, it bounced off of Gallant and goes to the far corner. As the Thunder get it, and Maverik clears it out.
Good quality possession there by the Grizzlies.
Both teams will make a line change halfway through Utah's second power play of the game. Grizzlies yet to get a power play shot here tonight. Thunder lead 1-0 as Josh Wesley to neutralize, drops off for Martell. The Rooster gets the center ice. Great move around Pineo. He enters the zone. Martell now on the left side, gets around McEachern. Martell in the corner, displaying outstanding skating ability. Over to Fitz, who feeds it up top. Right point for Wesley. Across to Martell. Martell up top for Wesley. Wesley to Cutler on the right side. Cutler falls down, and Wichita gets it. They might have numbers. Masella carries it out to center ice. Moved it to McEachern, who couldn't reach it. McEachern deep in the Grizzlies zone, gets double teamed. Thunder make a line change. 25 seconds left in the power play as Grizzlies get control. As Tyler Penner skates down the middle, make that Martell, 27. Over to Wesley. Across to Cutler, who gets the center ice. Cutler crosses center. Now he crosses the blue line. He chips to the corner, chases after it. Cutler gets it before Pineo. Throws it from one corner to the other, but it's picked off by Leighton Moore. As the Thunder back in their own zone, late in the power play. Dickman's out of the penalty box, and the Grizzlies 0 for 2 on the power play. They've yet to take a shot in the 4 minutes on the man advantage tonight. Thunder cross center ice. Tried to dump it in. Watts got a piece of it. He chases after it. Deep in the Grizzlies zone. As near goal line, Brian Yoon gets it. Chips it towards Teixeira. Watts gets in the way. Puck goes back to Teixeira, who feeds it across. Far side for Martell. Back to Teixeira, sporting an A on his sweater. Lifts it high into the air, just under the video board. Dropped by Moore, and he throws the center ice for Maverik. Now Watts gets it right side. Watts dances around the right circle. He'll bounce it off the end boards. Dickman gets it behind Utah's net. He veers off to the left. Dickman feeds it out in front. It tapped off the stick of Maverik on the hot pass. Dickman trying to get back to Maverik. He lets it go. Right side. Now across to Moore. Moore just outside the left circle. Fires a lefty shot that goes wide. Messner skates towards the far side. Tried to lift it in the air. Oh, it's gloved and dropped by Nolan Neen. Neen skates towards the far corner. Gets pushed by Messner. Neen goes down. Messner gets the puck. He glides it towards the right point. Cut off by Maverik, who keeps it in. Dickman behind the net. 2-on-2 battle behind the net. As Dickman goes down, so does Messner. No call either way. Yoon carries the puck out to center ice. Yoon lifts it high into the air. Gloved at the Wichita blue line by Maverik. Backhand pass towards Pineo. He gets tripped up, no call. Pineo at neutral ice, trying to locate and make that Nolan Neen 24. Thunder ahead to Peter Bates, left side. Bates 2-on-1, gets to the right side for Watts. Watts backhand shot, saved by Minor. Trent holds on as we're halfway through the scheduled 60 minutes. Wichita leads 1-0. Dylan Boucher scored 8:44 into the contest with Pineo and Miller getting the assists.
Impressive read by Minor. Read it the whole way, slid right over, no rebound. That's just as important as anything else. That's been his mantra so far this game is that, no rebounds.
Connor McEachern taking the draw against Kyle Betts. That's been a reliable one for the Grizzlies so far this season. He's got 4 points, and this is 5th game of the year. Draw on the far circle of the Grizzlies zone, won by Utah. Burke trying to get it to Gallant. Burke carries the center ice, wobbling puck. Gallant gets it, skates towards the left circle. I tried to center it to Betts, and a good defensive play by Dockery diving in front. Dockery gets the puck. He skates around Wichita's net over to Stenell. Stenell lifts it high in the air. It bounces in the Grizzlies zone as Bates delivers a hit on Corey Thomas. Thomas ducks his head, did not get hit with the puck, and it goes out to center ice. Wichita back in control. Poliat will throw it back to Dockery as it ricocheted off a Thunder skater. McEachern, the Penn State product. Bates gets the center ice, veers off to the left. Now Bates skates down the middle. Fakes a shot, skates towards the left circle. Bates now around the net as he keeps the puck right side. Over to McEachern. McEachern gets around Burke. McEachern far goal line around Utah's net. Wraparound shot. And they score. Great pass by McEachern out in front to Mikkel Stenell. And the Thunder take a 2-0 lead. If that's McEachern getting the goal, and it might be, as Stenell got the puck, that's going to be McEachern's first as a pro. 2-0 Wichita. Let's see the replay. McEachern looks like he might have gotten the goal. That's his first as a pro. The Penn State product, as we mentioned, has played well. And with 9:08 left in the second period, it's now a 2-0 Thunder lead. So Grizzlies going to need a comeback here tonight. 9:08 left in the second period. Draw won by the Grizzlies as they skate from left to right. As McEachern gets his first as a pro. As Thunder get the puck, they skate in the attack zone. They lose it. As Wesley will bounce it off the near boards. Wallen throws to the corner. As Finnegan gets held up by Wesley. Goes back to Teixeira as he skates along the near wing. Teixeira ahead to center ice for Raby. Pass connects, sort of. Raby chases back after it. He gets it on the right side. Look to center it to Cutler. It's picked off by Finnegan, who taps it off the near boards. Cutler gets it back at the Utah blue line. Right wing pass to Raby. It bounced over a stick. Raby didn't get a piece of it, according to the linesman. And Utah's called for icing with 8:31 left in the second.
Grizzlies are going to have to do a better job about allowing passage from behind the net and going around. It wasn't just the first time that's been happened. First time that's happened. They've allowed that a number of times. They just unfortunately gave up a goal on that one.
Thunder's second goal of the night, scored by Connor McEachern, his first as a pro, with Peter Bates and Xavier Pouliot getting the assist. For a second, I thought maybe Stenell had tapped it in on the pass from McEachern, but once Stenell went for the puck, as you know, it was his first as a pro, obviously it was easy a spot that he didn't get a piece of it. As Pineo behind Utah's net after Wichita won the faceoff, Pineo throws it across off the boards. Nolan Neem, number 24, he's been active tonight. He gets dragged down by Cutler, no call. All there might be, it's a hand pass. As Neem was getting dragged down through a hand pass out to a teammate, and the whistle blows. Good call by the linesman. 8:12 left in the second.
I thought he was going to get called for interference or holding, one of the two, and I'll take a hand pass over that.
Yeah, it didn't look like Cutler did anything. There might have been if the next move would have been, something that dragged down Neem either with a stick or something, they might have made the call. Draw's going to be neutralized near the Wichita bench. First of a 3-game set. Utah 2-2 this season. Wichita 3-5-1. And it's a draw won by Utah as they skate from left to right. As Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man, right wing out to Fitz. Puck lifted in the air. Fitz gets it right point. Takes a shot, blocked by Moore. Fitz gets it back. He spins along the wall. Nolan Neen out to center ice. Picked off by Unit, the center ice logo. Ahead to Mayhew. Now Fitz right point. Gets hit by Pineo as he lifts it to the left corner. Messner along the far boards. Centers to Yoon. Yoon skates in. Righty shot goes wide. Yoon looking for his first as a pro. Fitz gets it back to Yoon. He chases after it. Thunder get there first. They get to center ice. Dylan Boucher scored a first period goal. At center ice, feeds it across off the near wing wall to Stenell, who backhands it in. Pineo chasing after it. He delivers a big-time hit on Yoon, but Yoon keeps his feet. Fitz towards Penner at the Utah blue line. Try to get it back to Fitz on the give and go. It goes past him to the Wichita blue line. Penner, right side, gets held up, delayed offside, so the Grizzlies will make a line change. Leighton Moore with 2 L's to start his first name. Ahead to Dickman, who dumps it in. Minor behind his net will ricochet towards the far side. It goes past Maverik out to the point, and the Grizzlies clear it out to center. Wichita back up with it. Dockery crosses center ice, and he whips it around the wall. Watts in the right corner over towards Maverik, who gets pushed by Wesley. Wesley continues to hold up Maverik. As goes to the left side, Dockery, left point, lefty shot, stick saved by Minor. Burke gets the rebound, far wall. He'll lift it out to center ice. Thunder gather it back. Thunder have done a good job of puck possession tonight. Maverik dumps it in from the left wing. Minor cuts it off behind his net. He'll backhand it out to Wesley, near side. Thunder keep it in and throw it to the corner. Grizzlies got to find a way to get to neutralize. Thomas out to Betts. Betts carries it out to center ice. Left wing, 3-on-3. Left wing chip towards Burke, who couldn't reach it. Pouliot gets there first. Behind Wichita's net, Thunder get it. As Dockery clears it out to center. It goes to the Utah blue line. Glanced off the Stenell stick. And rolls to Trent Minor, who feeds it to Teixeira. Back to Mayhew. Skates down the middle. Gets around 2 Thunder skaters as Mayhew skates to the high slot. Makes a nice move to the right side. Backhand shot. Saved by Gorsuch. As Mayhew tried to go coast to coast as he's got 2 goals this season. McEachern, fresh off scoring his first pro goal across the near circle for Dockery. Outlets to center ice for Bates. It glances off of his stick. Teixeira cuts off Stenell. Teixeira pushes Stenell down in the near circle. No call. Officials are letting him play tonight. Canal, far corner, loses it. Raby tries to clear it out. Bates keeps it in. Bates with good speed, dumps it back to the far corner. Mayhew gathers it, skates around Utah's net. Mayhew with good speed, gets to center ice. Mayhew will tap it off the near boards. He gets double teamed, cut off by Canal as Masala will throw it towards the near wall. Action in the Thunder zone. As Raby throws to Martel, but getting a stick in the way is Masala. He ices the puck and the whistle blows. 5:19 left in the second period, and I think if there's a concerning thing, it looks like Wichita is winning a lot of the 50-50 pucks here tonight.
Yep, and that's leading to the time of possession in their offensive zone, our defensive, and then we're not able to break out and even relieve the pressure at all. So even us gaining neutral ice seems to be a small victory of a type right now.
Well, Mayhew going coast to coast, it's almost the way it has to be done right now. Just carry it out yourself.
If they're in that far into our own passing lanes and that far into our scheme, then maybe that's where we have to do is leverage our speed.
Mayhew did that a couple times there over the last couple minutes. Wichita wins the draw. They throw it out to center ice. Bouncing puck towards the Grizzlies bench as Bates taps it off the unit and it goes out of play. As it ends up in the Wichita bench, we get a whistle with 5:10 left in the second period. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well as the Thunder take a 2-0 lead. Connor McEachern scored 10:52 into the second with Peter Bates and Xavier Pouliot getting the assist. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
5 minutes, 10 seconds left in the second period. Thunder lead the Grizzlies 2-0 here on a Bud Light College night at Maverik Center. Draw is going to be at center ice. Grizzlies 15 shots to Wichita's 14, which means the Thunder have an edge here in the second period. Only 4 shots for the Grizzlies here so far in the second period. Thunder have 7.
Seems our attack, as we were just talking, everything's dissegmented. We're not moving up as a unit. It's little groups of 2 and sometimes 3, but never all as one unit attacking.
Same 5 that started the period. Grizzlies win the draw as Wesley wobbles it in as the puck goes in the Thunder zone. Taken by Canal. Roman's his first name ahead to Wallen. Back to Finnegan, who enters the zone. Veers off to the right. Drops it off for Miller. Shot is blocked as Messner carries it out to center ice. Messner gets engulfed by Masella as goes back to the far side. Miller will tap it off his teammate as Messner battles with Canal. Canal's got good size. He'll bounce it off the unit. It goes out of play as it lifts over the glass. And a fan in row 1 of section 115 comes away with a souvenir puck.
That was accurate. Engulfed by Marcella. that was exactly what happened over there.
I can use big words too. You're not the only one that can use big words.
But not just a big word, but how accurate that was. You just
boom. I'm right over Messner here. I've got him.
That's funny.
Draws in the right circle. Nathan Burke, Kyle Betts, and Cole Gallant, the 3 forwards. Good to see Corey Thomas out there for the first time this season. I think he's looked sharp.
Yeah, contributing and not being a liability. So anything of a positive nature, good on his first game out.
Thomas, the biggest of all the Grizzlies at 6'5", 215. As the Thunder win the draw, Peter Bates carries it out across center ice down the middle. He chips to his right for Moore. Action deep in the Grizzlies zone. Moore around Utah's net as Thomas in the area. Thomas engulfing Moore. As now I'm going to use that word the whole night just because I'm proud of that big word I used. 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Thunder come up with it. Peter Bates skates towards his right. Now slot. Shot by Boucher is blocked. Puck goes to the left side. Moore feeds over to Boucher. Shot goes wide as the east-west pass connected there. Boucher had a good look from the right side. Bates around the net. He's challenged in the far corner. Bates now on the right point. As Teixeira shadowing him. As Bates tried to get over to Moore and fanned on it. Puck goes to center ice, but Moore gets it back. He throws it ahead. Burke picks it off. Burke, right circle, lefty shot. Saved by Gorsuch. Puck still in play as it's towards the crease. 4 bodies are down. Thunder come up with a puck. They did a good job protecting their crease. Pineo gets the center ice, skates down the middle, veers off to the right. Thunder make a line change around him. Pineo dumps it in and gets off the ice himself. 3:30 and counting left in the second. 2-0 Thunder. Raby crosses center ice. Now he gains the line easily. He centers it. The only guy there was Pouliot. Problem, he plays for the Thunder. As goes to Jay Dickman, far side. Up ahead to center ice. Watts couldn't get it on the backhand. As Yakura, 38 years old, over to Wesley. Wesley trying to throw a pass out there. Lost it as it goes to the right point. Pouliot with a shot, and it's blocked by Yakura. As Raby backhands it out to center ice. Dockery lets it go deeper in the Thunder zone as he chases after it. He's in the near corner. He gets hit by Power. Puck glides to the far side. Dickman across to Merrick. He has to get it off the boards. 2-on-2. Merrick skates towards the left circle. I look to center it out in front, and Raby got a stick in the way as it glides to the right corner. Thunder in the attack zone. Up top for Dockery. left point. Dockery dancing around the point, trying to get around Power. Dockery rolls it along the wall. Dickman behind the net, over to Watts. Watts, 11 assists this season. Up top for Pouliot, across to Dockery. Back to Pouliot, high slot. He'll feed it off the far boards. Dickman, Thunder patient with their approach. Dickman over towards Watts. He has a glance off his stick. Grizzlies lift it up in the air. Dickman plays with a high stick, and the whistle blows. 2:20 left in the second.
Seems like we're just a step behind picking up the trailer. That third guy coming in, we have the two wingers that'll go down, or the winger and center, and they'll be doing something, and they've got the other one streaking down the middle, and they're able to complete that pass more often than not. We're not able to get into that lane or zone. It just seems we're just a step back.
Draw one by the Grizzlies. It was at neutral ice. Utah backs it out in their own zone. Yoon lifts it out to center ice. It bounced off the glove of Masella as Fitz gets it. He'll throw it to Teixeira across to Yoon. Yoon outlets it to center ice for Messner, who dumps it in. Messner sporting a beard for the first time all year. As Messner, near corner, over to Penner, over to Fitz, who swings and misses from the right circle. Yoon, right point, throws it to Fitz. Fitz on the right side, sharp-angled shot hits off of Gorsuch and wobbles towards the far circle. Thunder get it out to center ice. Bates dumps it in. He gets around Teixeira, but Bates at the end of his shift will come off. As Yoon throws to the near side, it goes past Penner and everybody. No icing. Grizzlies will get some new forwards on the ice as well. 1:36 and counting left, second period. Rink-wide pass to Stenell. It connects, but Miller enters the zone before the puck. So the Thunder are offside with 1:32 left in the second.
I think that was a little bit of a blessing. We were late to get there off that line change.
Boy, Miller's looked good for Wichita, so Stenell. And, for Utah, we've seen a lot of Brian Yoon and Keone Teixeira out there tonight, and both guys have done a good job.
Brian Yoon even taking some punishments, standing in there and able to complete passes.
Grizzlies win the draw. Wesley trying to throw it to Burke. Burke wasn't looking. He goes deep in the Thunder zone. Burke collides with Pineo. Make that Nolan mean as the Thunder come out with the puck. They're skating from right to left. They get to neutralize. Betts with a good back check, takes it away. He collides with Mean. Betts skates towards Grizzlies bench, gets the puck and glides it along the boards. Wallen kicks it back to Moore behind Wichita's net. It goes back towards Wallen, but he skates up ice. Finnegan gathers it, throws it to Wallen, left wing. Back to Finnegan, who skates down the middle. Thunder enter the zone. Miller, left circle, throws to the high slot. Nolan Mean skates down Broadway. Righty shot, saved by Minor. As Wallen gets poked away by Wesley. Moore on the left point, keeps it in. Over to Miller, back to Moore on the give and go. Oh, Moore couldn't handle it. He gets it, skates around Utah's net. As Thunder trying to feed it out in front, it bounced off a Grizzly. Taken back by Nathan Burke. It looked like Wallen wanted to do what Stenell did last Friday and do the Michigan goal, but just didn't have room. As the Thunder cross center ice. Pineo dumps it in after crossing center. He skates towards the right corner. As Pineo and Teixeira collide in the corner, puck glides towards the slot. Josh Wesley moves it ahead. As Raby, near side, taps off the boards, chases after it. Dockery gets there. 2-on-1. Stenell, left circle, lefty shot. Blocked by Teixeira. He'll clear it out to center. Raby gets it. Raby skates down the middle. Raby, backhand shot. Saved by Gorsuch. It's near the goal line. And Gorsuch covers up. Boy, pass ahead to Raby at center ice here. The Thunder player is streaking towards his left. Raby didn't have much time. Tried to go 5-hole on Gorsuch. Gorsuch ended up sliding back towards his goal line, but the puck didn't cross the goal line. And it stays a 2-0 game.
Definitely some drama there. Gorsuch did not know that he had it. I think he had to click his heels and kind of close off the back because he wasn't sure that he closed it off with the front part of the pads.
It's Raby's second game of the season. Boy, Gorsuch was gliding towards the goal line. It looked like the puck stayed in front. Actually, you really can't tell where the puck is, but it looked like it stayed in the crease. 5.7 seconds left in the period. Utah wins the draw. Corey Thomas, left wing, fires a shot. It bounced off the Thunder stick, and that will do it for 2 periods. The arm is raised by the referee. He's got a penalty. Slashing's the call, and I think the Grizzlies might have a power play to start the third period. Thunder touched it up around the end of regulation. It's going to be a penalty. Jay Dickman skating towards the penalty box. Slashing's the call. Dickman theoretically skates towards the penalty box. And time has run out. And so Dickman will just take a puck and give it to a fan. I think he's the one that got the penalty. He was the one skating towards the penalty box, but I'm not sure if it's on him. So it looks like the Grizzlies going to start the third period on the power play. And it looks like, according to the scoreboard, it's Pouliot Xavier Pouliot looks like he's picked up a penalty, and the Grizzlies going to start the third period on the power play. And boy, the first 2 minutes of the third period are going to be critical, as Wichita scored one in the first and one in the second. They lead 2-0 after 2 periods, and it was a high stick. I don't know. The scoreboard says it's Pouliot. The piece of paper I have says it's Dickman. Guess what? We'll find out in 18 minutes from now whether the penalty's on Pouliot or it's on Dickman. When we come back in 2 minutes, we'll talk about what's happened here in the first 2 periods of play and also talk some hockey and give you some scores from around the world of sports. After 40 minutes of play here at Maverik Center, it's the Thunder 2 and the Grizzlies nothing on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Second intermission here at Maverik Center. Thunder lead the Grizzlies 2-0 as Wichita scored 1 goal in each of the first 2 frames. And Tyson Whiting here with Tim Broussard. Thunder got on the board first, 8:44 into the game as Dylan Boucher picked up his 3rd goal of the season with Jason Pineo and Aaron Miller getting the assist. It was an even strength goal. And the Thunder took a 1-0 lead. First period ended with Wichita up 1-0. Even though the Grizzlies outshot the Thunder 11-7. And about halfway through the contest, Connor McEachran picked up his first professional goal with Xavier Pouliot and Peter Bates getting the assist. McEachran, was just behind the net looking for a wraparound, and Stenell was over to the far goal line as, McEachran was skating towards the near side, and it looked like for a second, Stenell would have, got a piece that just nudged it in. It looked like on the replay we showed, McEachran just kind of slid it, and I don't know how it slid in there. You got to be a geometry major to kind of figure out the angles there, but it ended up finding the back of the net. The giveaway was Stenell went after the puck. McEachran, the Penn State product, first-year pro, picked up his first professional goal, and that made it a 2-0 game, and that's where it stands right now. Not many shots in the second period. Both teams are doing a good job defensively, especially in the neutral zone. They're even really doing a good job of challenging the opposition in their own end. And really, I think both defenses have done a good job really challenging everything. And so there wasn't a lot of shots. First period, Grizzlies 11 to Wichita 7. Second period, Thunder 8 shots. The Grizzlies was 7. And neither team's been able to get anything done on the power play. Wichita is 0 for 1 and the Grizzlies 0 for 2. And neither team has a power play shot. So both teams' penalty kill units have been on point. For Utah, Trent Miner has stopped 13 of 15 in net. Of the 18 shots the Grizzlies have taken through 2 periods, Utah does have an 18-15 edge. Dylan Fitz leads the way with 5 shots. Dakota Raby has 3. McMessner and the Rooster Jordan Martell each with 2, and then a few others with 1 shot. For Wichita, 15 shots through 2 periods. Jeremy Masella leads the way with 3 shots. Nolan Neen, Connor McEachern, and Dominic Docker each have 2 shots. A lot of the shots actually coming from Wichita defensemen. Their top forward line hasn't seen many looks. Braden Watts, 1 shot. He's a +1. Jay Dickman's yet to register a shot. And Bradley Merrick has no shots. That's 1 shot for the top forward line for Wichita through 2 periods. It's been secondary scoring for them tonight. It's not been their usual suspects. And Trevor Gorsuch has looked solid. He stopped all 18 he has seen through 2 periods. And as it stands, Wichita leads 2-0. What has stood out to you through the first 40 minutes here tonight?
Both Wichita goals have been even strength. That's been their weak spot so far in their season. And I honestly didn't think that they'd be able to have that kind of power against us, and they've tallied 2 so far. I don't like the way that they're being given free pass around the net and then being able to come out and around and shoot, and then at the minimum generating pressure, and at the last one generating a goal. I think the Grizzlies need to do what we talked about in the beginning. They need to step up in some passing lanes and apply some pressure. It's been lopsided ice. I think that we played more in our end than in our offensive zone. I don't see us generating opportunities there, and I don't think that we're attacking as a unit. It's segmented onesie-twosies at a time, where Wichita at least has 3 abreast coming in, and then the other 2 providing puck support. We seem to be running around. It's I'll say disappointing through the first 2 periods, but it doesn't seem to be our type of hockey so far, out of the 4 games we played so far this season.
We mentioned the first period, the Grizzlies had 6 giveaways. In the second period, according to the off-ice officials, they had none. Wichita, no giveaways in the first period and 3 in the second. Scoring chances through 2 periods, Utah's got a 10-8 edge, but the Thunder in the second period had a 5-4 edge in the scoring chances in the second period. Face-offs, it looks like the Grizzlies have the edge 23-12, even though it feels like it's a lot closer than that. I think the first 2 minutes of the third period are certainly going to be critical. Grizzlies going to be on the power play to start the third period. We believe it's Xavier Poliot, number 81, that picked up a slashing minor 20 minutes into the third. And so, Utah's going to start on the power play. They've had 2 power plays so far tonight and haven't registered a shot. Now, if they can win the face-off there to start the period, they can maybe generate something there and see if they can climb back in this game.
The first power play did not look good at all. We didn't even set up until like the final seconds of that, and by then it was too late. Nobody was connecting on passes. On this last one, we at least had success early in it, generating some pressure. We did not register an official shot, but at least we were moving the puck around and we were generating some type of offense, wings coming in and collapsing and creating some defensive problems and mismatches. That's good. The second half of that power play, not much generated at all, and we were back to what we were doing. So at least we've been able to keep Wichita's power play honest and in check. We've kept their, like you mentioned, their first line in check and very little opportunities. But you've got 2 minutes coming up here to start that period. This is when you can establish, okay, we're going to play this period in this end of the ice. We're not going to go back and down the other way.
We always joke, we just got to play Grizzlies hockey, whatever that means. Got to play Grizzlies hockey. With the week off, especially with it coming early in the season, Grizzlies are still kind of building the identity of what Grizzlies hockey is here early in the season. Obviously, got a lot of returning forwards, but there's still a lot of new faces that you're trying to integrate into the system.
You mentioned a good point during the break in that, Wichita seems to want it more. Well, yeah, they just got swept, a 3-set against Idaho. They have some younger guys on there, 11 of them, even though they're a little bit older. They have a few 26 and 27-year-old rookies, but still, 11 on their roster are rookies. They don't want to go home getting, skunked 0 for 6. So I think this is their statement. We didn't do good in Boise. We're going to come out. We're just going to let everything fly out here in Utah, and we're not going to play the same style or same passive. We're going to apply the pressure. And honestly, we thought that the speed would be an issue for Wichita. I haven't seen that be an issue at all. If anything, I haven't seen us being able to leverage the team speed that we have.
it's kind of interesting to talk about altitude, and who really knows, because it's an invisible thing. They played in Boise, which has altitude there last week. They didn't go back to Wichita. They ended up busing on Sunday from Boise to Utah. They've been here since Sunday, and they were playing in altitude, maybe even more than that over in Boise. So whatever altitude adjustment there is, they've made. They've been in altitude for about a week now.
Like my wife teases me. I call it acclimatized. She calls it acclimated. How much can you really do in a 2-week time period? But they're athletes. They're used to that. I don't know how much it makes of a difference when you're already performing at that level. You'd have to put something, some value on it. But I just don't think we're playing our Grizzlies hockey right. I honestly, I marked it down. That was honestly a disappointing 2 periods of play compared to not necessarily previous years or previous games, but what we're capable of playing. And given that we're really not shorthanded anybody, we don't have, any significant people that got called up or on IR. We should be able to play our style, and I don't see that happening right now.
Grizzlies are going to need a good third period here to pick up 2 standings points, as Wichita is trying to end a 3-game losing streak. In fact, the Thunder, you talk about this being their 10th game. They lost the first 3 games of the year, all of them to Kansas City. Then they won 3 games, 1 against Cincinnati and 2 against Iowa. And then last week, losing 3 to Idaho on the road. But the last 2 games in Idaho were each 1-goal games. So Thunder did look pretty good on Friday and Saturday. We mentioned Stenell, and it looked like, I think it was Wallen behind the net. He was thinking, can I pull off the Michigan? There just wasn't any room there. I've always wanted to watch one of those Michigan lacrosse-type goals in person. Well, last Friday in Boise, Mikkel Stenell was behind the net, and he was able to pull it. And I'm not even sure the Idaho goaltender, whether it was Wells or Thompson that night, didn't give him a whole lot of room, but he just kind of snuck it in, over the right shoulder. Always wanted to see one of those in person. I think somebody tried it on Peyton Jones a couple years ago, and Jones was able to thwart it. That was one of those things last week, and Jason Malls was actually in Boise last week, and we are very disappointed that he's not here this week. We'd love to see him here, and I know that he would love to be here, and we hope that Jason Malls has a good view of the game on the remote feed on Flow Sports here tonight. It's going to be an interesting third period. It's just
talk to him this morning. We miss him. I told him we had a seat right down here at the end of the row for him, and unfortunately, he was unable to make this one, even though he was able to make a game or 2 out there in Boise.
It was interesting. He's a Penn State guy, and he had to fill a little bit extra something there when McEachern, the Penn State product, scored his first pro goal.
Bet you enjoyed making that call.
Well, is there going to be a Kearns High product that's going to end up,
being your call?
Salt Lake Community College. I'm not even sure we had a hockey program at Salt Lake Community College, so I won't know what it feels like to have an alum of the school I went to score a pro goal. I guess it just is what it is.
A real quick shout out. I've got a couple of them. Camera crew. We've got the best camera crew in the ECHL. We have Jed, we have Trent, we have Jeff, we have Brandon, we have Jason, and we have Adam. Ooh. And you're going to be able to appreciate how good our camera crew is because our first road games.
Oh boy!
It's coming.
Can we travel this camera crew out to Iowa for next week? I hope they're a little bit better than they were 2 years ago.
That was harsh. That was brutal.
I'm really
the Trey Bradley goal. That was
really not looking forward to next Wednesday, the 9 a.m. game watching on Flow Sports. I just hope for a good camera crew next Wednesday.
Second shout out goes to the Maverik Center security and the EMTs and the nurses that were here. My son had a medical emergency and had to be attended to immediately, and couldn't have asked for a better staff to help out. And my heartfelt thank yous to everybody who was able to participate and help out with that. So thank you very much, Maverik Center, medical staff and security, and everybody who handled it with the utmost professionalism, like you would expect they would. And Jared Youngman was the first one down here to make sure everything was okay. So many thanks and many appreciative thoughts, and he's doing much better now, and just wanted to throw a shout out there.
We're thinking of Coach Ryan Kanaswich and his family. He's back in Canada with a family emergency, and we're certainly thinking of the Kanaswich family here, and We hope that everything's going well over in Canada. When we come back, we'll have third period action. Remember, the Grizzlies will be on the power play the first 2 minutes of the third period. Wichita leads Utah 2-0 as the Grizzlies look to make a comeback here in the third. We'll come back and have third period action as the Grizzlies will be on the power play to start the third, trailing 2-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. Wichita leads Utah 2-0, but remember, Utah is going to get a power play to start the third period. One of the things that's been noticeable early in the season, the Grizzlies last year had about more penalty minutes than anybody in the league. Through 4 games, only 22 penalty minutes, and they've only committed 1 penalty here tonight, and that was the Keone Teixeira interference call in the first period. So Grizzlies done a good job staying out of the penalty box.
Right, specifically Brian Yoon and Mesmer down here doing their job, being able to apply a huge amount of pressure without getting called. But if you're down 2-0, right, it's a double-edged sword. Maybe you need to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe you need to be out there and not pushing the boundaries, but definitely, getting in people's faces and making them uncomfortable to be in certain places, i.e. in front of the net and in front of Trent Miner. If you go there, you're going to pay a price.
To start the third period, looks like the Grizzlies are going with two defensemen, 3 forwards. Keone Teixeira and Kyle Mayhew, the 2 defensemen. The forwards are Kyle Betts, Nathan Burke, and Cole Gallant. So we'll see if that 3-man forward unit, maybe even Mayhew. Remember, Mayhew had a power play goal earlier this season. Watch out for Mayhew, especially on the right side. And you also got a good scoring threat in Teixeira, a guy that's played power play a lot over his 5 years.
Both those guys very, very comfortable in a scoring role. So it doesn't surprise me to see those 2 defensemen out there in an offensive possession.
Bradley Merrick will take the draw for Wichita against Kyle Betts. 2 defensemen, 2 forwards for Wichita. Thunder win the face-off. They're skating from left to right as we see it from section 114. As Canal moves it to neutral ice and dumping it in is Merrick. Grizzlies skate from right to left. They have the power play and they've got the puck skating from right to left. Mayhew over to Teixeira, glance onto his stick. Nacella flies it in. Gloved shoulder high by Miner. He immediately drops it. Mayhew skates behind Utah's net. He gets the puck. He moves ahead to Betts, who skates down the middle. He crosses center. Now he crosses the blue line. Continues to skate down the middle. Poke check by Canal. Betts gets it back along the near board. Throws to Mayhew. Across to Teixeira. Over to Mayhew. High slot. Lefty shot. Saved by Gorsuch. Rebound goes to Merrick. He couldn't clear it out. Right side. Teixeira with a shot. And it goes wide. Mayhew left point keeps it in. Over to Betts down the middle. Up top for Teixeira. He's on the right side. He glides it up top for Mayhew. Mayhew high slot. Lefty shot goes wide. Burke gets along the near boards. Now back to Mayhew. Mayhew over to Teixeira. One-timer. And it goes high off the glass. Hits a stanchion. Burke on the left point. Gets it. He throws to the near goal line for Gallant. Gallant skates back towards the point. Over to Burke. I'll try to get it back to Betts. Swings and misses in the slot. Teixeira over to Mayhew. Left side. Lefty shot. Saved by Gorsuch. Rebound goes to Dickman. And he'll clear it out. Well, a couple rebounds there, but Wichita was able to get them and not let Utah get the second chance. Both teams make a line change. 35 seconds left in Utah's power play. Wesley drops off for Cutler, who flies along the left wing. Cutler gets the center ice. Now he gains the blue line, makes a move on Wallen. Cutler now around Wichita's net. Cutler right circle. As Utah still looking for that opt-in first goal of the game. High slot, Wesley over to Martell. One-timer, kick save by Gorsuch. As Dockery near corner, battling with two Grizzlies. Raby and Martell. Martell gets the puck. He feeds up top for Wesley. Late in the power play, 10 seconds left. Wesley over to Cutler, outside the right circle. Back to Cutler. One-timer, saved by Gorsuch. And he holds on. Boy, the Grizzlies got quite a few shots there. Utah up to 22 shots. At least 4 on that power play. But it's still 2-0 game.
You can't control the outcome. You just can control the pressure, and that's what you wanted. So
I think you like the process there,
yep.
even though the puck hadn't crossed the goal line yet.
Yep. You were getting the opportunities that you would hope going into that power play. You know, shots coming from everywhere. Down low, out of your defenseman. Wesley had a good shot. That's exactly what you want.
5 seconds left in the power play. Draws in the near circle of the Thunder zone. Grizzlies are hoping that the puck possession can lead to something. Off the draw, Corey Thomas gets the left side, lefty shot. Glove saved by Gorsuch. He holds on. Gorsuch in the 2020-21 season played in 6 games with the Grizzlies, where he was a teammate with Christian Horn. 2 seconds left in the power play as Thomas was able to get the shot off in 3 seconds. Boy, Mayhew had some looks. I mean, Grizzlies have to like the process of the power play, even though they just didn't score a goal there. Maybe the puck possession they got in the last 2 minutes, though, maybe can generate something, though. Grizzlies win the draw. We're back at full strength as Thunder have it. They're deep in their own zone, skating from left to right. As they throw it out to center ice, does Nolan Mean. The K is silent in his last name. Cutler left wing pass to Raby, who skates towards the corner after it. Raby around the wall as Wesley right side kicks it to Martell, right corner. Martell gets pushed in the back, but feeds it back up top for Wesley. Right side shot, pad saved by Gorsuch. Thunder come back the other way. 3-on-4, they gain the line. McEachern skates down the middle. He swings and misses, then gets it back and feeds it to the far corner. Leighton Moore, number 49, skates towards the left point, glides it across to Bates. Bates on the right side, feeds it to the corner as Thomas pushes Canal. Canal over to Bates, up top from McEachern, right side. Connor's his first name. He skates back towards the corner. Now drops it off for Stenell. Stenell skates towards the high slot. Lefty shot. It's blocked out in front by Wesley behind the net. Wichita tries to get it out in front. It bounced off the Cutler. Miner takes a seat. Puck still in play as Miner back to his feet. As Martell trying to clear it out. Stenell challenged to keep it in. Martell gets it back. Over to Wesley. Blue line to blue line. Pass connects. Raby skates down the middle. Masala with a great poke check. Grizzlies make a line change, but Wichita back in control of the puck. Jeremy Masala, the big 6'5 defenseman's played a good game. Canal, it's going to be a penalty on Utah as Fitz held up Canal as he was looking for a pass. Gorsuch skates towards the bench. Fans don't believe it, but it's going to be a Wichita power play. 3.5 minutes into the third period. Play still going on. Thunder gets to center ice. Maverik moves it ahead. Kicked away by Messner. He touches it up. Well, it's one of those plays could have gone either way. Hooking's the cause. Canal got challenged by Fitz in the Thunder zone down the middle, and the referee made the call. So the Thunder go on the power play for the second time tonight. 16:23 left in the third. And this is a critical power play, a critical penalty kill for the Grizzlies to see if they can keep it a 2-0 game. And they might be aggressive if they have the puck to see if they can, maybe see if they can cut into the lead.
Fitz definitely got his money's worth out of it on the replay they were showing. It wasn't 1-2, but a third hook.
So that was a good call?
Yeah, got him right on the hand. So, okay. At least we're being aggressive.
Draw's going to be in the far circle. Penner will take the draw against Maverik. Thunder win the faceoffs. They get it to Watts down the middle. Up top for Moore, who slides to the left side as Thunder gets to the far goal line. Dickman shot saved by Miner. Well, Thunder did a good job working the puck around. Dickman was hanging out at the far goal line. Just kind of a one-time tap that Miner was able to make the save on. 8 seconds into the Wichita power play. Thunder lead 2-0. Draw won by the Grizzlies. It's Teixeira, far corner, throws it across to Dean Cruz, a good penalty kill guy. He gets back checked by Dickman. Dickman took it away. Watts feeds it to the left side for Moore. Puck stayed in. Good job by Leighton Moore keeping it in. Dickman behind Utah's net. Feeds it out in front. Shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound goes back to Maverik, who took the initial shot. He glides it to the right side for Watts. Watts feeds it to the near goal line for Dickman. Shot saved by Minor. Dickman behind the net. Trying to feed it out in front. It hit the side of the net and a little bit of Yoon. As Wichita glides it back around to the right side. Watts near the boards. Keeps it in. Over to Moore. High slot. Lefty shot saved by Minor. Dickman rolls it along the wall. He gets hit by Teixeira. Dickman gets his stick back as Maverik over to Penner. Penner delivers a hit on Maverik as Maverik lost his glove. Moore high slot. Skates towards the left point. Yakura shadowing him. Moore gets poked away by Yakura, but he gets it back. Now Stenell back to Moore. He skates towards the left circle. Feeds it to Dickman behind Utah's net. Dickman throws it back to the left point as he was looking for a wraparound. Thunder have had the puck in the offensive zone for quite a while. Watts over to Stenell, left side. Stenell dance around in the circle. Take a lefty shot. Kick saved by Minor. Rebound goes to the slot. Teixeira gets it and he clears it out. Both teams make a line change. 30 seconds left in Wichita's power play. 14:52 and counting left in the third. Wichita leads 2-0 on goals from Dylan Boucher and Connor McEachran. As the Thunder skate back in. Peter Bates, slot. Lefty shot, glove saved by Minor. He holds on. Peter Bates has looked pretty good, displaying some speed tonight.
We're giving Dickman too many options as he's coming around that net. He can choose like to pop it off over Minor or go this way, or he's got Braden Watts right over here teeing up a one-timer. And either way, it's coming off on the off angle that he's coming around the net from Minor. So Minor's having to choose, or do I play the puck, or do I square up to a one-timer?
It's almost like the quarterback on that power play was behind the net, and Dickman just kind of gliding along the goal line, either the far side or behind the net back to the right side. And he was controlling things.
Exactly.
Draw in the left circle, won by Wichita. Nolan Neen will feed it to Bates, left side. They get to the far goal line. Now across the net, back to Neen, right side, one-timer, saved by Minor. And Josh Wesley lifts it and clears it out as the puck glides on its side. Gorsuch stops at the far goal line. And out of the penalty box is Dylan Fitz. Successful penalty kill for the Grizzlies. Thunder moving ahead to Miller. Miller gets blasted by Josh Wesley. What a hit! Miller goes down. Wesley gets another guy flying. Canal wants a piece of Fitz. Aaron Miller went flying near the Grizzlies bench. Miller looks like he's going to have to head off as the trainer's going to look after him. Wait, was that Wesley or Fitz or a little bit of both? Miller went flying. He's now going to the locker room.
I just saw bodies flying in a helicopter fashion. I'm not sure.
So it was almost like Wesley hit Miller. Miller went flying. Then another guy, I think it was Canal, went over to confront Wesley, and Fitz decked Canal, I believe. That gets this Maverik Center crowd to its feet. We'll see if they'll show a replay. 14-13 left in the third. Miller got hit up high, and he ended up getting to his feet and then skating towards the bench, and he ended up in the locker room. He's in the locker room right now being looked at by the trainer. Are they going to give a penalty? Maybe they thought either Wesley or Fitz hit him up high, and Miller reacted, holding his face of some kind. Will that give Wichita power play? The referee talks with Keone Teixeira and Braden Watts. Watts, the Wichita captain. We'll see if there's going to be a penalty either way. Thunder lead the Grizzlies 2-0. Not to be confused with the Adirondack Thunder in the Eastern Conference. So yes, there are two teams nicknamed the Thunder in the league. What do you think? It was a little bit high, I guess. I don't know how high. Hopefully they'll show a replay. We'll see if they'll call a penalty either way. I think they're talking it over right now. Draw's going to be at center ice. I don't know if they're going to call anything.
You could almost call Fitz's interference on the second hit.
Miller comes on the ice. He's got a towel. He's showing blood, I believe. And he's letting the linesman, he's letting the referee know, look, I'm bleeding. I got to get a penalty here. Now, Bruce Ramsey, who's sporting a beard, is talking with the referee. Ramsey, with his mouth open, doesn't look happy at all. Ramsey, his face is a little bit red. And he doesn't look like he's happy at all. He wants a penalty on Utah and doesn't look like he's going to get one. Ramsey looking at the video board. I think he probably wants to see a replay too. Now the referee's going to go talk with acting head coach Christian Horn, sporting a beautiful looking light blue tie with a white shirt and kind of a light blue jacket. Very sharp look for Christian Horn tonight. Draw's going to be at center ice. That's where the puck is. Now the linesman, Craig Peterson, picks up the puck. Everybody's just kind of standing around. At some point, you either got to play hockey or you got to call something here. Everybody's just lingering around.
Is this that point for this series that we'll keep referencing to? Okay, well, this hit was due, due to this point in this game, this carries over into Friday and Saturday. You may need to be here Friday and Saturday to see how the retaliation or not comes about.
Thunder and Grizzlies are exchanging words at center ice with one linesman and one referee between them. Doesn't look like we have a call either way. Everybody's just kind of lingering around. Now it looks like we'll finally get back to live action, I believe. 14-13 left in the third. Everybody just kind of standing around. At some point, the referee or linesman says, hey, let's play hockey.
Well, if you're the Grizzlies wearing a Grizzlies uniform, you're going to have your head up because there's going to be that retribution hit coming your way.
And honestly, if you're the Grizzlies, you need a momentum change in this game, down 2-0. Could this be it?
Yep.
Cutler will take the drives. Got Raby and Martel with Yoon and Teixeira. McEachern taking the draw for Wichita. We'll see. You can't fight right after the whistle. That's one of the new rules. So we'll see if we'll wait. No fighting as Wichita wins the draw and they dump it in. That was one of the new rules. You can't fight right after a draw. As Miner got pushed behind the net. Fans want to call. Now Teixeira pushes Boucher. Boy, we might just have to drop the gloves here. Boucher and Teixeira pushing at the Utah blue line. And Corey Thomas gets in a fight. He drops the gloves. Pouliot with two rights. Thomas to the right. Now Thomas to the left. Pouliot and Thomas exchanging blows. Xavier Pouliot as Pouliot and Thomas hold each other. Both guys throwing rights. Now Pouliot with a big-time right. Thomas with a cross. Pouliot keeps his feet after Thomas delivered a big right. And the linesmen step in. That's the first fight the Grizzlies have been in all year. And it's the big guy, Corey Thomas, getting in a fight with Xavier Pouliot. Everybody started lingering around, and it was almost like, all right, is somebody going to drop the gloves? Pouliot and Thomas decided, all right, let's go.
You almost needed that to release some of the pressure and tension out there.
And that's one of the best fights you'll see all year. As both guys grabbed each other by the shirt. Pouliot got two punches. That was a big right by Thomas. Then Pouliot and Thomas continued to exchange rights. That was a really good fight. Maybe one of the best we'll see all year. Then Thomas with a couple rights. Pouliot continuing to... Now Pouliot with two big rights. And then a body shot by Pouliot. Thomas got in one big right at the end. Pouliot kept his feet. And boy,
Thomas at least had a 3 to 4 inch reach on him.
Two big guys. Pouliot 6'2", 225. Thomas goes 6'5", 215.
That was a great heavyweight tilt.
Hard to really determine a winner. Maybe the punch that Thomas had at the very end would, give him the win, but we'll skate 5-on-5. Both guys get 5 for fighting as action in the Grizzlies zone. Thunder dumping in deep as Teixeira gets hit by Boucher, who scored the first period goal. Wichita leads 2-0. Brian Yoon gets to the Utah blue line, moves it for Raby. Raby had his stick lifted, and he couldn't get the puck. Icing on Utah with 13:44 left in the third. Fun of the old hockey game, and you had a feeling it was going to happen. It was almost like, okay, well, we're going to have to fight somebody, and it's just a matter of who it was going to be.
So the question is, up until that point, was it too polite of a game? We were just losing, kind of going through the motions. Hopefully this acts as that spark of momentum that you can take and do something with it.
Thunder win the draw. They're in the offensive zone, leading 2-0. Left wing, lefty shot, saved by Miner. That shot was taken by Connor McEachern, who scored his first pro goal earlier tonight. Timeout on the ice, 13:38 left in the third. It's the Thunder 2 and the Grizzlies 0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
3-0 Wichita, 13:38 left in the third. Grizzlies still looking for that first goal. Now remember, it's only the broadcaster of the goalie that's pitching a shutout that can jinx it. I really can't do anything about Trevor Gorsuch's shutout that he's got going on right now. Shutout. I don't know if it's going to do any good. It's going to have to be Jason Walls to jinx it. But he's played a pretty good game, stopping all 24 so far.
He's kept it out in front of him. He's his defenseman to give him lanes to look at, and he hasn't had to deal with too many Grizzlies in his face or giving up too many rebounds. So playing solid. A great average goalie.
Draw in the Grizzlies zone, far circle. McEachern will take the draw against Brandon Cutler. Face off one by the Grizzlies as Martell throws to center ice from Masalit. Dumps it back in, lifted high in the air, bounced off the end wall. As Minor over to Teixeira. Diagonal pass to Martell. It goes past him. Masalit drives it back in as Minor kicks it away. Yoon to the far side, drops off for Teixeira. Now head to Martell, over to Cutler. Right wing pass to Raby. He couldn't reach it, and it's going to be icing on Utah with 13-12 left in the third. Corey Thomas in the penalty box as he fought Xavier Poliot, and even 6 minutes into the third period. First fight for the Grizzlies this year, and I don't know if we're going to see a better fight than what we saw. Both guys are really throwing some big punches, mostly with the right.
Those are some serious haymakers, and they were connecting.
Draw one by Wichita. They're in the attack zone. Watts feeds it to a vacated corner. Teixeira battles with Maverik. Teixeira keeps his feet, throws it across to Yoon behind Utah's net. Ahead to Martell, to Raby. Grizzlies skate from right to left in the third period. Raby gains the line, gets it poked away. Raby chases after it, gets along the far wall. Martell behind the net, trying to feed it out in front to Cutler and fanned on it. Now it goes to Cutler in the far goal line. He's being challenged. He gets up top for Wesley. Wesley was able to keep it in. Martell gets pushed by Moore in the far corner, and Watts takes it away. He moves to Dickman in the slot. Dickman throws it to the left side for Moore. Moore loses. He was crossing center ice. As Grizz get it over to Kyle Betts, who skates down the middle, sporting an A. Betts gains the line and veers off towards the near boards. He throws it around. Cut off behind Wichita's net by Nolan Neen, sporting a beard, number 24. Neen ahead to Dickman. Dickman, a player / assistant coach for the Thunder. Over to Watts, who dumps it in. No icing as it got redirected on the way. As Wesley ahead to Gallant. Gallant fanned on a pass. Dickman tries to cut it off. It goes to Burke. Dickman hits Burke, but Burke gets the puck. He skates in 3-on-3. Right side, veers off to the left. Burke high slot, lefty shot, and it goes over the crossbar and off the glass as he just missed high. Thunder behind Pineo as it ricochets off the near boards. Teixeira at the Utah blue line. Ahead, Pineo collides with Betts. Dylan Boucher across to Watts, who dumps it in. No relation to Matthew Boucher, the former Grizzly, who's now in the AHL with Belleville. As Boucher tried to dump to center it to Pineo, Utah picks it off. Fitz, right wing to Penner. Penner enters. He skates towards the corner. Penner gets hit by Dockery, but Dockery is the one that goes down. But the Thunder get the puck. Pineo gets to center ice. He dumps it in. Fitz delivers a hit. Minor to the far goal line, stops it, almost near the restricted area. Over to Wesley. Penner back to Messner near the Utah blue line. He's at neutral ice. He gets pushed by Canal. Now Wesley, left wing pass to Penner. He overskates it. It goes back to the Utah blue line. Mayhew crosses center, left wing. Mayhew makes a move, gets around Bates. Mayhew near the board, skates to near the goal line. As he looked to center, it goes wide. Now right point, Wesley with a shot that goes wide. It stays in play. As Penner fires towards the net, it's blocked by Masella's stick. He'll outlet it out. 2-on-1. McEachern, left circle. Centers the Bates. He'll take a shot. He scores. 2-on-1 connected as McEachern was to the left side, centered it to Bates. And Bates went top shelf over the right shoulder of Minor. And it's been all Thunder tonight. They've scored one goal in each of the three periods, and they lead 3-0. For Peter Bates, that's his fourth goal of the season. Odd man break, and Bates just had a pretty good look on it. And he just got everything on the one-timer as he was skating down the middle. And McEachern now has a multiple-point game, 1 goal and 1 assist.
That's unfortunate.
Well, you were hoping that the fight would change momentum, but Thunder have just brought it tonight.
In fact, I just written down here at the 10-minute mark, you'd expect to see a change in the scheme and maybe you'll play a little bit more energy. Hadn't.
Grizzlies a neutral ice. Raby skates down the middle. He gets hit by Neen. Cutler, right side, back to Martell. Take a shot. He scores! Martell is in the right side, got a one-timer pass. Trevor Gorsuch, and this one's not over yet. Martell high-fives everybody on the Grizzlies bench. It was a delayed penalty. Grizzlies would have had a power play, but they ended up scoring on it. I think that's the second delayed penalty goal scored by the Grizzlies this season. For the Rooster, Jordan Martell, he is the often first goal of the game scorer as he gets his second of the year. Cutler dropped it off in the right dot for Martell, and Martell just fired it over the right shoulder of Gorsuch.
He's a sniper. You give him that much time, he's going to make it count, which he did.
3-1, Wichita leads, but the Grizzlies have momentum. Kyle Betts out to center ice for Burke. Burke gets poked away by Watts. Yoon throws to the right side. Grizzlies enter. Cole Gallant, right side shot. Saved by Gorsuch. Rebound goes to Dickman, as Dickman will clear it out. It's going to be icing on the Thunder. Icing is on Wichita. Whistle blows with 10-10 left in the third. Martell scored 9:28 in, with Cutler and Dakota Raby getting the assists. You felt like that forward line was due, and they ended up coming through big there. We'll see if the Grizzlies can keep the momentum going. Offensive zone draw. It's won by Utah. Mayhew over to Burke. Burke slot, lefty shot, and it goes wide. It glanced off the stick. As right side, Grizzlies. Josh Wesley rolls it along the wall. As big time hit delivered by Betts. As more ice the puck. No icing though. As the Thunder will make a line change. Wesley gets the puck deep in his own zone. Skating from right to left. Halfway through the third period. Thunder lead 3-1. Both teams have scored one goal in the third. Ahead to Fitz, right side. Fitz skates towards the right corner. Takes a sharp angled shot that misses wide. Mayhew over to Messner. Behind the goal line. Skates towards the near wing boards. Mayhew tried to feed it to the corner. Bounced over Fitz. As Fitz tries to center it out in front. Picked off by Nolan Neen, who will backhand it off the far wing glass and goes to center ice. Mayhew left side enters. Mayhew tried to get it to Fitz in the left circle. Bounced off of Moore. Fitz pushes Neen. Now goes to Messner. Back to Mayhew. Left side. He'll take a lefty shot. It goes wide as he tried to go stick side on Gorsuch. Teixeira over to Penner. Penner gets hit by Merrick as the Thunder skate around their net. Nolan Neen, sporting a beard, gets back checked by Fitz. As Neen gets to center ice, he'll dump it in. Thunder make a line change. Less than 8 minutes left in regulation. 3-1 Wichita. As Yoon gets to center ice, 2-on-5. He'll dump it in from the blue line. As Doc Reed, Yoon chases after it, centers it out in front to Martell. He couldn't get a shot off. Cutler left circle. He'll take a shot. It's blocked. As near goal line, Pineo gets it. He skates around Wichita's net. He loses it. Grizzlies skate back towards the offensive corner. Great poke check by Pineo. So he took it away from Martell. Finnegan crosses center ice, and he'll dump it in. Minor lets it go for Teixeira as he moves it ahead to Cutler. Grizzlies playing as hard as they've played all night. As Raby over to Martell, who enters the zone. He's surrounded by 4 Thunder skaters. Puck goes to Cutler, right side. Cutler drops it off for Raby. Raby right side. Drops it off for Wesley. Wesley over to Mayhew. He couldn't handle it. Pineo across to Stenell. Stenell skates down the middle. He stops, takes a lefty shot. Saved by Minor. Good job by Mayhew getting back defensively. Stenell just kind of gained the line, stopped, and then took a shot. Minor made a glove save.
Okay, so Tyson, shortly we're going to be within 8 minutes and you're down 2. This is where you're going to start seeing those offensive defensemen kind of cheat in a little bit, and you've got your options. You can go at Mayhew, Teixeira, or even Yoon has been jumping up on the play and been finding him, below the red line. So watch for that, and then conversely, that's going to potentially set up a 2-on-0 or 2-on-1 heading back your other way. So great risk, great reward coming up.
Thomas and Poliot, both done serving their fighting majors, are back in the bench. As Utah wins the draw, they're skating from right to left. Burke ahead to Gallant across the center ice. Gallant stops in the left point. Grizzlies enter. Gallant took a shot and it glanced off the stick of Moore and flies out of play. 7:51 left in the third. Grizzlies with an offensive zone draw. Boy, the Grizzlies, whether it's the fight or it's going down 3-0, the Grizzlies really picked up the pace here over the last couple minutes.
Yep, and this is exactly what you want to see. Finally, they've got that high energy mark that we've been kind of looking for all game. Didn't happen with the short shifts, but it happened after a Wichita goal. Guess whatever it takes.
Draw one by the Grizzlies. Wesley, right point, lose the puck, keeps it in. Still dumping off the backboard. Looking for Betts, who gets double teamed. Action in the corner. Canal, Raby over there. Betts gets pushed. Betts gets stripped up. Referee in the area, but no call. As the Thunder get it out to center ice. Puck wobbles a little bit as it skips on the ice. Wesley over to Mayhew. 7.5 minutes left in the third. Thunder lead 3-1. Grizzlies looking for a comeback. Mayhew gets to center ice. Loses the puck. He gets it back to the Wichita blue line. Skates to the far side. Now skates in. Shot poked away. Gorsuch might have gotten a piece of it. Thunder come back up with it. Dickman with a diagonal pass looking for McEachran. He couldn't get a piece of it, and icing is on Wichita with 7:09 left in regulation. And
there you see one of the defensemen, Mayhew, going coast to coast. Did you see that opportunity? Everybody's accounted for, the wings and center, except that, fourth guy coming in, being the defenseman, taking it all the way down and generating a great opportunity. Gorsuch having to make an adjustment to his mask. Might have taken Mayhew's knee a little bit to either the shoulder or the neck area.
McEachran will take the draw against Brandon Cutler. You've seen the Martel take a few face-offs, but it looks like here in the third period, Cutler's taking more draws. This one is won by Utah. Raby looking for a shot. It's blocked by the stick of Canal as Thomas keeps it in. Raby over to Martel along the near wall. Back to Cutler. One-timer. And it goes wide as it ricochets off the end wall. Raby goes down. No call. Masala feeds it to the far corner. Watts trying to clear it out. It bounced off the Teixeira. Martel lines it up top for Cutler. Skates towards his left. Cutler now on the left side. Dances around on the point near the Coca-Cola sign. Cutler over to Raby. Raby down the middle. Shot. What a save by Gorsuch! Raby was in the near corner. Centered it to Martel. Pass connected. And Gorsuch with a diving save to keep it a 3-1 game. What a stop there. Great pass by Raby with Martel cutting in. I don't know how Gorsuch made that stop.
Hats off to you, Trevor. You earned that one. We're going to watch the replay here in a second. And just glove saves it out. Great vision, great anticipation. Nice job, buddy.
After the game, the West Valley City will arrest him. He has got a warrant out.
Grand larceny?
That's a felony. That's a felony in 22 states, including Utah. Draws going to be in the far circle. 6:40 left in the third. Thunder lead 3-1. Martel's got Utah's lone goal of the game. Thunder win the face-off. They clear it out to center as Messner dumps it in. Gorsuch has a tap off his stick as it glides towards the near corner. Fitz collides with Pouliot as Fitz will glide towards the net. Battle still along the near wall. It goes past Thomas and out to center ice. As Messner, wearing number 10, battles with the other number 10, Boucher. Messner glides to his right and enters the zone. He dumps it in. Grizzlies make a change behind him to get tuned into a defenseman on the ice. Boucher at center ice over to Pineo. He enters but gets cut off by Fitz. Pineo gets it back. Left circle, Thompson off the boards. Jack Wallen, lefty shot. Glove saved by Minor. Shot would have gone wide, but Minor gloves it with 6:02 left in the third.
Smart play by Minor. He could have played it out. Wasn't sure where the guy was coming up behind him. Just decides I'm going to go ahead and just eat that, and we'll go for a face-off and play it safe.
Shots been pretty close to even. Grizzlies 27 shots. Thunder with 26.
Grizzlies need to do something here in the next 2-3 minutes because you're getting into crunch time down by 2.
Well, keep an eye on Trent Minor. Obviously, with about 2, maybe 3 minutes, maybe he comes off the ice for the extra attacker. Grizzlies in their own zone win the face-off as Wesley lifts it high into the air. Chasing after it's Burke. But it's going to be icing as Leighton Moore probably anticipated it and glided back towards his zone about the time that Wesley flipped the pass high in the air. That old alley-oop play, but doesn't really work unless you catch the defenseman napping.
Wichita's done really good about keeping the term self-inflicted out of their the dictionary so far today. The things that they were doing in Idaho, they seem to be figured out now.
Maverik wins the face-off for Wichita. Action in the Grizzlies zone. Thunder spin it along the wall as Grizzlies get it. Kyle Betts across the center ice. He veers off to the right. He enters the zone. 2-on-4. Betts stops near the far wall. Betts skates towards the circle. Take a lefty shot. Saved by Gorsuch. Rebound shot. Saved by Gorsuch again. I get the first save, but how did he make that stop on the one Burke took?
Right leg kick save. Just threw it out there and hoped for the best and got it. Wow.
5:35 left in the third period. Thunder 3, Grizzlies 1. We'll find out how this one ends when we come back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games,
5:35 left in the third period. Wichita leads Utah 3-1. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Tim Broussard. You're going to have enough voice to get through the end. It's been a fun one here tonight. Trevor Gorsuch made some big saves for Wichita. But the Grizzlies really, over the last 5 minutes or so, really put together a strong attack.
They've had to. They're facing desperation, and they've responded.
Cutler will take the draw along the near side. You can't see who that is for Wichita. I think that's Pineo. As draw won by Utah. Mayhew throws to the corner. Action deep in the Thunder zone as goes back to Teixeira, far side. He gets pushed by Jack Wallen. 2-on-2 battle along the far boards. Pineo comes out with a puck. He bounced it off a Grizzly. And now action on the right point. Puck exits the zone. Grizzlies reset. Mayhew at center ice over to Martell. Martell skates around a defender. Starts out in front of Cutler. He'll take a shot. It goes over the crossbar. Along the end wall. Masella over to Canal. Moves it to Boucher. Boucher at the left point. Loses it as Cutler skates towards his right. He's now on the right point in the Thunder zone. Cutler fires towards net. Now like redirected by Raby's stick and goes wide. Mayhew taps it off of Boucher. As Martell over in the left corner over to Raby, who swings and misses. And it goes back into the Grizzly zone. Thunder make a full line change. 4:40 and counting left in the third. 3-1 Wichita. Wichita is 2-20 all-time here at Maverik Center. As Thomas, number 44, over to Gallant behind Utah's net. He throws it back to Thomas off the backboard. Grizzlies from right to left in the third period. Right wing pass to Wesley. It tapped off his skate. Peter Bates dumps it in. Bates has Wichita's third goal tonight. As Thomas gets tripped up in the near corner. McEachern, 2-on-2 battle. Betts comes out of the pile with the puck. Right wing pass to Burke. Now to Wesley, back to Burke. They try to get it down the middle for Gallant. Pass goes between his legs. Gallant in the near corner gets it. He gets hit. Peter Bates spins it along the far wall. Nathan Burke gets it. He fakes a shot in the right point. Skates towards the circle. Backhand shot goes wide. Yoon trying to get it. He gets cut off by McEachern. Dockery ices the puck as he glides along the far wing boards. And the whistle blows. 3:45 and counting left in the third. 3-1 Wichita.
See if acting coach Christian Horn starts shuffling the lines and just start throwing out whatever offensive firepower he has in both his D-line and his forwards.
Grizzlies 29 shots, Wichita 26. Penner will take the draw for Utah against Mikkel Stenell. And make that McEachern taking the draw for Wichita. Utah wins the face-off. Yoon over to Fitz, right side. Righty shot goes wide. Teixeira spins it from the corner over to Fitz, right wing. Sharp angled shot saved by Gorsuch. And the puck bounces to center ice. Penner at the Utah blue line. Less than 3.5 minutes left in the third. Over to Teixeira. Yoon at the Utah blue line. Right wing pass to Fitz. He enters. Fitz, righty shot saved by Gorsuch. Rebound out to the left side. And Peter Bates gets it. He carries it to center ice. Bates gets hit by Fitz. As pass to the right side connects. Penner skates towards the circle. Penner trying to feed it out in front. Nobody was cutting towards the net. Bates loses the stick and literally kicks it ahead towards Watts. Now Merritt gets it. Lines towards the left point. Lefty shot. Glove saved by Minor. And he holds on as the whistle blows with an even 3 minutes left in the third. Minor still in there. He has stopped 24 of 27. Trevor Gorsuch on the Wichita side has saved 29 of 30. Draws in the far circle. Wichita wins it as they skate from left to right as they spin it along the wall near corner. Mayhew ahead to Cutler. Cutler right wing pass to Martell. Martell gets to the Wichita blue line and drives it around the wall. Raby gets hit by Neem as Neen skates around Wichita's net towards the far side. We'll tap it off the glass. It goes to center ice. Wesley near the Grizzlies bench. Chips to the slot for Cutler, who dumps it in. Martell chasing after it. Moore gets there first. He drops it back for Neen, who skates around Wichita's net. Thunder playing a game of keep away up two as they'll tap it off the near glass. Puck skips towards Wesley and Trent Miner. Wesley behind Utah's net gets it. Skates towards the near side. Turnover. Watts looked to center it. Mayhew picked it off. And he'll feed it to center ice. Right wing, Martell gets it. He enters slowly, and he'll toss it off the wall. Miner's still in there. Cutler up top for Teixeira. Teixeira bounces it off of Cutler as Grizzlies throw it back along the near wall. Cutler towards the left side. Looks to center it. Picked off. Miner skating towards the bench. Right side. Wesley's shot goes wide. Now Martell, left side. Thought about centering. He's got 3 Thunder skaters in front of him. Utah's net is empty. Teixeira, left side. Skates towards his right. Fires towards net. It got redirected by Burke's stick. Grizzlies look to center it. Tapped away. Fits up top for Teixeira. High slot. He'll chip it to the right side. Grizzlies get it. They feed it to the far goal line for Martell. Back up top. Brian Yoon. He'll take a righty shot. He scores! Yoon points to Dylan Fitz, who redirected it. And with 1:29 left in the third, it's the Thunder 3 and the Grizzlies 2. Nathan Burke's actually the one to skate to the bench first. Fitz and Burke were in the area. Yoon took the shot. It got redirected by Nathan Burke. They show it on the replay. Burke redirected it. He's going to get his 3rd goal of the season. Miner is in net right now. It's 3-2 with 1:29 left in the third. Looks like timeout is being called. And the Grizzlies set something up to try to tie up the game. Yoon just kind of held on to the puck to the right side. They show the replay again. Beautiful redirection. Burke with the goal. Yoon and Martell with the assist. Yoon gets the main assist. What do you think Christian Horn's drawing up here to try to get the tying goal?
All hands on deck, send everybody in. That seems to be the best pressure that we've gotten so far is, they're going to draw it back to the D. Everybody's going to start just collapsing in. You're going to see the D, either Yoon, Teixeira, who's ever out there, going to walk the blue line, pull it across, and then everybody's going to converge at that last minute and just see what we can do.
It's a multiple-point game for Jordan Martell, who scored a goal, 9:28 in, and he picked up the second assist, 18:31 in. Crowd on its feet here on a Wednesday night. First of a 3-game set. Don't forget Friday is going to be an AFCU Friday, Pooch on the Pond, and Pride Night all in one. Betts will take the draw against Bradley Merrick as Utah wins the face-off. Mayhew skates down the middle. He'll drive it along the walls. It ricochets off the right corner, and the puck glides towards the left corner. Action deep in the Grizzlies zone. Miner skating to the bench. Utah's net is empty as puck ends up in front of the net. Wichita tries to clear it out. Dickman fires to the empty net, and he scores. And this baby's in the refrigerator as Jay Dickman went coast to coast on the empty netter, just firing away. And he gets his 5th goal of the season. And it was that 50-50 puck that was just won by Wichita. And they come away with a 4-2 lead.
Worth a shot. I don't know if I would have changed anything with the strategy. They were trying to do the right thing, just ended up on Wichita's stick, and Dickman patiently pulled it back and just lobbed it down. Went in, unfortunately.
Well, when you got a 3-goal deficit, the Grizzlies did a good job getting those 2 goals. It's really tough to have that momentum and, come back from 3 goals down, especially with only a half a period to go. As Grizzlies dump it in, Thunder skate after it. Miner in there as Wichita gets it around center ice. Jack Wallen dumps it in. Less than a minute left in regulation. Thunder lead 4-2. As Penner towards the near side, 3-on-1 battle. And boy, Merrick's doing a good job holding on to the puck along the boards for about 5 seconds. Boy, you got a 3-on-1 there, and Merrick really battled there and made the Grizzlies work for it, killing about 5 seconds. Puck's at neutral ice. Messner goes down. He's on his keister, gets back to his feet. About 30 seconds left. As Fitz crosses center ice, he fires a shot, glove saved by Gorsuch. And the whistle blows, 26 seconds left in the third. You think about, Gorsuch played an outstanding game.
Speaking of Gorsuch, I mean, those saves that he made at the 6:40 mark, and then again, 50 seconds later, we had the go-go gadget right leg kick save. If anything, he's gone out and he's earned his win tonight.
Grizzlies' 10-game winning streak against Wichita is going to come to an end. Utah 10-0 against Wichita over the last 2 years. It'll just be the third victory for Wichita here at Maverik Center all time. Thunder now 3-20. As Grizzlies have it, far goal line. Raby looked to center, picked off by McEachern. He had 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Raby, far side, drops it off as Yoon skates towards the corner. Far side, Stenell takes it away. As Stenell, moving out to center ice. McEachern thought about chasing after it. Teixeira gets it, the Utah blue line. 3 seconds left as the time will run out. Fans will head to the exits. And for the first time since the 2020-21 season, the Thunder have won here at Maverik Center. Wichita 4, Utah 2. Grizzlies did outshoot the Thunder 31-28. But Trevor Gorsuch had an outstanding game, stopping 29 of 31. Connor McEachern, at least 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Peter Bates with a big insurance goal, which turned out to be the game winner, which was Wichita's third goal that gave them a 3-0 lead. Grizzlies responded with 2 unanswered. Jordan Martell and Nathan Burke scoring the goals. Martell with 1 goal and 1 assist. But Jay Dickman with the empty netter, 18:50 in, with Merrick getting the assist. And it's the Thunder that win the opener of this 3-game series. Final score from Maverik Center, it's the Wichita Thunder 4 and the Utah Grizzlies 2. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm. And our lights on. It's the power behind the team. And a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Final score, Wichita 4, Utah 2. Grizzlies' 10-game winning streak against Wichita over the last 2 years comes to an end. Don't forget, Friday night's going to be a big one. AFCU Friday, Pooch on the Pond, where you can bring your dog to the game. And it's also the Grizzlies' 3rd annual Pride Night, where they're wearing specialty jerseys. So a lot of stuff happening on Friday. You're going to want to make sure to come on out to Maverik Center and enjoy some Grizzlies hockey. Thunder ended up scoring the first 3 goals of the game. It's really difficult to overcome a 3-goal deficit, and the Grizzlies did put together a good comeback attempt, but it's a little bit too little, too late. First goal scored by Wichita was 8:44 into the first period, with Dylan Boucher getting his 3rd of the year, Jason Pineo and Aaron Miller with the assists. Wichita led 1-0 after 1 period, even though the Grizzlies outshot the Thunder 11-7. 10:52 into the second period, Connor McEachern scored his first professional goal, with Xavier Pouliot and Peter Bates getting the assists. Thunder outshot the Grizzlies 8-7 in the second period, and after 2 frames, Thunder had a 2-0 lead. Peter Bates scored what turned out to be the game winner as the Thunder had a 2-on-1. McEachern was on the left side, found a cutting Peter Bates. Bates with a one-timer, and it was a pretty good shot over Trent Miner's right shoulder. Jack Wallen also picked up an assist, and that made it a 3-0 game. Grizzlies' intensity really rose at that point when the score was still 2-0. Xavier Pouliot and Corey Thomas got in a fight. Both guys delivering some serious rights to the other. That was exactly 6 minutes into the third period. Might end up being the best fight we see all season. And it turned out to be the first one for the Grizzlies this year. Corey Thomas making his season debut for the Grizzlies. He was out the first 4 games, and he certainly brought some size and played a physical game for Utah. He had 1 shot on goal and obviously the 5 penalty minutes with the fight exactly 6 minutes into the third. 16 seconds after Peter Bates made it 3-0, the Grizzlies got on the board as Jordan Martell scored 9:28 in, with Cutler and Raby getting the assist, as Martell was just all alone and fired a one-timer from the right side, and it got past Trevor Gorsuch. Late in the third period, it seemed like Gorsuch, when it was 3-1, made a couple outstanding saves, just committing highway robbery and, really doing a good job, not only making the routine saves, but he made some outstanding ones tonight. Grizzlies eventually cut into the lead. It was a 6-on-5 goal with Utah's net empty. Nathan Burke redirected a Brian Yoon shot from the right side. Jordan Martell also picked up an assist. Yoon immediately pointed to Burke. He didn't, because if Yoon would have scored the goal, it would have been his first as a pro, but he wanted to make sure that he knew immediately that was you redirecting it. And that's about how you're going to score on Gorsuch tonight, was those redirections. And Burke gets his third of the year. Yoon and Martell with the assist. So it's a multiple-point game for Jordan Martell, 1 goal and 1 assist. And for Brian Yoon, it was his first pro point, getting the assist. The time of that goal, 18:31 in. Grizzlies had Trent Miner off the face-off after that goal. He was in, and then he skated towards the bench about 10 seconds after the puck was dropped to restart play. He wasn't off the ice for maybe more than 4 or 5 seconds before Jay Dickman got it at the near goal line in Wichita's zone, just slung it across and ended up in the back of the net with the empty net goal. It was Dickman's 5th of the year. An assist went to Bradley Merrick. There was somebody named Brady Merrick. There was also there was a lot of Merricks. I probably didn't call Bradley Merrick every time, but I guess it is what it is. That made it a 4-2 game, and that was really all she wrote with the scoring. Both teams had 13 shots in the third period. The Grizzlies ended up with a 31-28 edge. Trent Miner stopped 24 of 28 in the loss. His record goes to 1-2 this season. Trevor Gorsuch for Wichita picked up his second win. He stopped 29 of 31. Gorsuch goes to 2-2-1 on the season. Neither team was able to do much on the power play. Wichita was 0 for 2 on the man advantage, while the Grizzlies were 0 for 3. 3 stars of the game. Can't quite remember who they are. Hopefully they'll show up in the box score pretty soon. I got to imagine Peter Bates would be one of them. Trevor Gorsuch and Connor McEachran. McEachran had 1 goal and 1 assist. That's the same stat line for Peter Bates. And what can you say about Trevor Gorsuch? He had himself quite the night, stopping 29 of 31. And Tim, it was a pretty good comeback attempt from about the middle of the third period on. It's just tough to overcome a 3-0 deficit when you only have half a period of hockey left to play.
It seems like we were really polite up until then. Everything's were on the even keel, and we kind of matched them. And even though I thought we were the better team, I almost want to say we kind of played down to their level a little bit and played it at that, because I thought with especially the top line that we had put out, I was expecting at least 1, 2, 3 points. Is that okay? But yeah, we waited until like the last 10 minutes to decide to do something about it, and then after that, we came on like gangbusters. But unfortunately, at that point, it was too late.
Scoring chances: Grizzlies had 17, Wichita 16. In the third period, Wichita had 8 and the Grizzlies 7. Obviously, with the empty netter, you got to give them a scoring chance because they scored. Otherwise, it was a pretty even third period in terms of scoring chances. Both teams had 2 goals in the third period. For the Grizzlies, they had 6 giveaways in the first period, only 2 after that. Thunder really did a good job protecting the puck. Not many turnovers, only 5 giveaways tonight. And they get a rare victory at Maverik Center, only their third all time. Seemed like they were able to win the 50-50 pucks. It just seemed like, they made the Grizzlies work for just about everything tonight. You just have to tip your hat. The Thunder earned the 2 points tonight.
Right. So the 50-50 pucks, Tim Branham, the greasy pucks, the pucks you don't want to get, as you're going into the corner and you're going to come out with them, you're going to battle with it and you're going to come out with the puck. Wichita really, really cleaned up their act as far as what they had exhibited up until this point with turnovers and bad passing and just less than optimal play. I don't want to call it, brain dead plays, but just what were you thinking? I can't figure it out. They really cleaned that up. Their passing was spot on, especially in the first and through the second. I think we did an okay job of kind of slowing them down through the neutral zone. I think they did a better job than us, just slowing down the attack through the neutral zone. And all through the first half of the game, into the middle of the second, we couldn't set up into our own zone with any type of, extended period of attack time without having Wichita have it and go down the other way for a stint.
11 days between games. Do you think that played any sort of factor tonight?
With what I just saw, I'd have to say absolutely yes. Wichita's coming off a 3-set a couple days ago against Idaho, arguably one of the top in the division, and they kind of played like they had just played a top team in the division. They got blown out on Wednesday, but on Friday and Saturday, they came out and played a competitive game, and that's how they kind of carried over to here. And I don't think we matched their intensity. And like I said earlier, I think we played down to their abilities. Yes, I think we're a better team, at least on paper. I don't think we played that way tonight.
Grizzlies did a good job staying out of the penalty box. Only 2 power plays for Wichita tonight, and that means Grizzlies only 13 minor penalties in 5 games. Here's me thinking that special teams is going to play a factor tonight, and neither team had a power play goal. It was really good penalty kill units, and really there weren't many power play shots. However, in the third period, Grizzlies had 5 power play shots, Wichita 7. That first power play there to start the third period, the process was exactly what you want. Grizzlies had 4 or 5 really good looks on the power play. In fact, they had 5 shots. A lot of those were scoring chances. Those were quality type of shots. It just didn't find the back of the net.
It's hard to say special teams didn't play well because our penalty kill did really good against a lethal Wichita power play up to date. They've been absolutely horrific when it comes to even strength play this season so far. And that's where they scored their goals. But yet when it came down to where we were a man down, then we seemed to do our best. So, hats off to Christian Horn and doing really good on the PK, and hopefully our power play gets a little bit better. Our first 2 were not very good. They really were. I'm looking at my notes and nothing set up.
Just didn't generate any shots.
No.
But it didn't seem like we were really in a position to get a shot where we worked it around and found an open shooter.
Yeah.
Third period, though, it was exactly what you want.
Yep. And being able to move the puck, being able to get in the zone and first establish possession and set up. So now you've got some options. We didn't even have that in the first. We didn't get set up till like 6 seconds left to go in the power play on the first power play. So it was just back and forth. And that happens. We get it. And that was the first power play after how many days off, of actual game situation. Okay. Gorsuch versus Minor. Gorsuch played out of his mind. Minor played his standard great game. It just wasn't enough to hold off the opportunities that Wichita was getting down low, and we couldn't do anything to stop. And it seemed like they were getting consistently a free pass around the net. And then they had the option to do like Dickman, playing quarterback. I've got Watts over here as a one-timer. I've got somebody else cutting down this way, or I'll take the shot myself. And we didn't do anything to limit his options. So it's like a quarterback checking down your first, your second, your third receiver. He had those options coming around the net, or he could take it himself.
Yeah, it wasn't the guy up top. It was the guy really at the goal line, and that was Dickman. Whether it was a far side or behind the net or on the near goal line, he was just going to stay there and find guys on either side.
Exactly, and with the length of his stick and the reach that he has at whatever 6'5", he had the option of actually reaching around, Yoon or whoever was coming up to challenge him and just literally tap it around him. And without either puck support or defensive support or the wing support coming down to help out, he was left with those options more than once, and we got victimized on that.
Anything else stand out to you tonight?
I'm frustrated and I'm disappointed that the first 2 periods of play we didn't play our style. Yeah, okay, Grizzlies hockey. We talked about what is Grizzlies hockey. The team is built on speed.
Yeah,
and we didn't exhibit speed. We had the one breakaway by Raby that was thwarted, and when ended up going into the side, or Gorsuch had that and he pulled it back in. But I don't think we leveraged it. I don't think it was a consistent theme. I think that ended up being a one-off. And we talked about going into the series how this is not the same Wichita team that is built on speed or whatever. It seemed to be like a new names, new faces, old Wichita team, and that's why I think we're the better team. But we played down to them tonight. So Friday and Saturday, there's a little bit of physicality left over to be sorted out.
Yeah.
We know that Thomas and Pouliot sorted out their differences, but I don't think that's done for. I think there's still going to be some fireworks on the Friday, Saturday evening shows, so to speak.
Well, with Wichita being one of the bigger teams in the league, they've got some guys that can mix it up, and that's I wouldn't say that's Corey Thomas's role. I think he's a lot more than that. But, Thomas with his size, he can be somebody that can match up with any of the bigger guys like Jeremy Masella or Poliatu, 6'2", 220. I think Grizzlies can match that, and they are a bigger team than they are last year. Just one of those that, the effort really picked up big time once it became 3-0. You kind of wish that the score wasn't 3-0 by the time you really took it to another level. And, 11 days off. I don't know that anybody in the locker room would want to make an excuse, but, this early in the season, you want to find a rhythm. You want to, work on that identity. And, the 11 days off certainly isn't ideal. Luckily, you're going to get some games, Friday and Saturday. Friday should be a great crowd and should be a lot of fun. Grizzlies will be wearing specialty jerseys, and those jerseys will be auctioned off on Friday on the Dash Auction app. In fact, the auction will end on Friday at 10 o'clock. I haven't seen what the jerseys look like, although I hear that they're every bit as good as last year's Pride jerseys, if not even a little bit better. And last year's was certainly a sharp look. And remember, it's also Pooch on the Pond. Bring your dog to the game and enjoy some Grizzlies hockey. We got a dog parade in the second period, and you can also show up to the game at an affordable price. It's an AFCU Friday, which is every Friday Grizzlies home game. And with AFCU Fridays, tickets start just $10 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverik Center box office. 3 stars tonight. The number 3 star is Connor McEachran. 1 goal, 1 assist. The goal was his first as a pro, the Penn State product. He's the 3rd star. Peter Bates scored what turned out to be the game winner. He scored 9-12 into the 3rd period to give the Thunder a 3-2 lead. He had 1 goal, 1 assist. He was a +1 and had 2 shots. And he looked like he was one of Wichita's faster forwards. He really did a good job, in particular in the neutral zone, splitting the defense and getting it in the offensive end. Peter, don't call me Patrick Bates, 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Patrick Bates is a NFL defensive back of the Atlanta Falcons back in the 1990s. Last year, Peter Bates was Patrick Bates. Just about every Grizzlies game. he was not Peter Bates last year, but this year he is. 1 goal and 1 assist. The number 1 star, Trevor Gorsuch, 29 of 31, including some outstanding highlight saves. It's just
timely too, because the score was 3-2.
Yeah.
And Grizzlies are going to start pressuring, and there comes that glove save out of nowhere, and then the right leg kick save. So well deserved. He did what he was supposed to do.
See what happens in the middle game of this series on Friday night. Coverage will begin at 6:50, face off at 7:10. It was fun seeing you tonight, and it turned out, despite the outcome, looked like it turned out to be a pretty entertaining game.
It was an entertaining game. It was a good game. We didn't end up on the right side of it, but it was an entertaining game.
Other scores in the league tonight: Iowa defeats Kalamazoo 3-1 as Iowa gets their first win of the year. Jacksonville over Savannah 5-2, and in overtime, Reading over Norfolk 6-5. Norfolk always sounds better. You say it the way that they say you're supposed to say it. It just doesn't sound right. One of those where the FCC's like, hey, wait a minute. Do we have the FCC? I mean, you got to pay to be on Flow Sports.
That's
and,
funny.
Is
that a thing?
People cuss on YouTube all the time. Maybe we should just start doing that. Maybe we should become a TV MA. What I think we should do is we should have Grisby hanging out with us. We really should have is a mermaid. We got plenty of room on press row.
Right
have
here,
a mermaid.
Right here. This shout out to Cam McGuire and the mermaid that appeared during the intermission on the Steelheads Wichita game last weekend.
We got to find a way to get one of those here. Cam McGuire is a multi-award-winning broadcaster.
That's right.
I'm empty-handed right now. We need to find a way to ramp up the entertainment factor.
We need a gimmick.
He's got
Pat McAfee didn't work.
He's got the mermaid. Pat McAfee never showed up for me. I don't know. We'll come up with something here. We'll be doing some brainstorming over the next couple days. Maybe I'll bring a bobblehead. We'll have a bobblehead of the game or an action figure of the game. Could be one of the two.
Action figures. Got to do action figures.
Yeah. Well, we might mix in a bobblehead or two. I've got some good ones that will just sit right here on press row. Well, I'll wrap things up here from Maverik Center. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, if not necessarily the final outcome. In 2 hours and 22 minutes and in front of 3,126 here on a Wednesday night at Maverik Center. Trevor Gorsuch stopped 29 of 31, and Peter Bates and Connor McEachran each had 1 goal and 1 assist. For the Grizzlies, Jordan Martell had 1 goal and 1 assist. Nathan Burke picked up his 3rd goal of the season. Grizzlies also got assists from Brian Hume, who got his first pro point, Dakota Raby, and Brandon Cutler. Hope you'll join us on Friday night. 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off. But you know what we really want? Is to see you at Maverik Center. Figure out what kind of gimmick we're going to come up with on Friday and enjoy some hockey with us. You can bring your dog to the game, sit in one of those special dog sections, or you could just show up as a fan, enjoy AFCU Friday, sit in the corner, and enjoy $10 tickets. And the Grizzlies will be wearing specialty jerseys for the occasion. Should be a lot of fun. Get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com or call 801-988-8000. That's 801-988-8000. I'm not sure if operators are standing by right now, but give them a call sometime tomorrow afternoon and make them busy over in the Grizzlies office. Should be a lot of fun. It'll be the middle of a 3-game series. And don't forget, the Grizzlies also host Wichita on Saturday night at the same times. For Tim Broussard, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. You've been listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.